Right. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the International 2024. Uh, your guides for today are myself, Scotter of GFG and Tip Warblers, and joined as always by my faithful co-caster, Obnot. Mark,
Hello,
how are you doing?
I'm good. I hope everyone doesn't mind getting lost if we're the guides.
Yes, yeah. We will be leading them astray, I'm sure. We don't have that many viewers so far. I'm sure that's because I think there's a multi-stream going up. There's other games going on today, so it could be a
Hmm.
quiet one, which means we'll probably have less help from the chat than we normally have. But hey, we'll see
It's
what
not good.
happens. Um, we are not even the only Tip Warblers cast going on today either. I believe Toffee and S1 are also casting a
Hmm.
game today, so we'll see what happens.
Can't move a tip orders today.
Exactly. Tits galore. Um, right,
You say so.
We are here for Well, we're here for OGs versus Team Sitout. Um, thank you, Dr. Jonas, for that in the Goontasha Discord. Much appreciated. Yes, we're here for OGs versus Team Sitout. We have a bit of insight into both these teams actually, because I think we've cast a Sitout game before. And we played against OGs in our group and I think got handily beaten 2-0. So we've experienced
Yeah.
both teams in some capacity. So we have some but very little knowledge about what's going on. As we are in the lobby, so we're just waiting
Sounds
for
sounds about standard.
both teams to arrive. Exactly, exactly. Um, uh, Hello, Ashwin. How are you doing? I believe Ashwin is the coach of Sitout. So
Oh,
we'll see
he's
how.
come for some advice from the casters.
Oh, mm, I feel like it's more likely going to be the other way around. I think everybody's getting into the lobby now, so we should be pretty good. Um, yeah, Ashwin, I have no tips. uh, right, I don't. I think here's the state of play of today's game anyway. So just to give you some context for those in the chat, for those just joining, OGs versus Team Sitout. It's technically an upper bracket match, kind of a weird format, mirrors TI, a little bit strange. But this is what it looks like. Yesterday, I believe Team Spherical lost 2-1 to Halo 3 Soundtrack, and that essentially puts the loser of this game in a best of one elimination match with Team Spherical. And the winner of this game will play Halo 3 Soundtrack in the next round, which is like the upper bracket proper, basically. Um, so a little bit of carnage with the format, but that's my understanding of what's going on with it.
I'm glad you understand.
I just have access to the spreadsheet and was just, trying to read through what was going on. I missed the games for Spherical yesterday, but they lost 2-1, which I find a bit of a shock actually, because it's
Hmm.
kind of crazy that they're in the best of ones. But if any team can get out of there and make a run, it will be Team Spherical. But the loser of today's game will play against them. Um, so that is the state of the game. We have a best of three. I don't know whether it will go to all three games, but or how late we'll be up doing this. But we'll see how we go. I did have some stats and stuff prepared, but they're not very long because they are gonna. Looks like the draft might be ready very shortly. But just to run through it, let's run through it real quick.
Yeah, give us the lowdown.
So I just had a look at the old Dota buff, classic.
Uh-huh.
Staying at the top, 55 combined pick spans is Clockwork. Then comes Luna and Shadow Demon. Interestingly, Medusa has been banned 34 times and only picked 8 times, but does have a 75% win rate in those 8 games.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy.
Quite scary, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the only other things I had actually was just to shout out the heroes that we haven't given any love to in this tournament. First up, the ones that haven't been played. Clink's IO Morphling and O7 Ringmaster is not even in Captain's mode to be picked. And then of
I
course,
mean,
sorry, go on.
to be fair, 3 heroes. That's not bad going.
Yeah, and there's only one that hasn't been picked or banned at all.
Wow.
Out of those 3, it is Clinks. So there you
That was the one I was sure it wouldn't be.
go. So as it happens, the others have been banned. But the draft is live, so let's just dive straight in. There we
Good.
go. We're in. Great news. Okay. So I have some
The...
notes on what both teams like to pick.
Oh yeah.
There are 2 that when I was looking through the stats from the various games they've played so far, one is Luna, which is the most popular hero in the tournament, as I think we are all aware.
Hmm.
And both teams like to pick this hero. The other one is Slardar. OGs actually have 100% win rate on both Slardar and Luna. They've only played 2 games of it, mind, but still. They contribute to the good win rates of both those heroes in the tournament as well. So that could be contested picks. Shadow Demon, Clockwork are classic bans. They are the Clock and SD are actually the most banned heroes in the tournament. So
Yeah, they're both pretty good at the moment. I imagine Hoodwing's up there as well.
yep, certainly is. That is 27, 11. Actually, 11 only 11 bans, but 27 combined. It's one of the most popular heroes. So
Yeah.
and there
There's the
goes the
Luna ban.
Luna ban. So no Luna in this game.
Which I'm happy about. We
Yeah,
can see other stuff. We've seen a lot of
yeah,
Luna.
yeah. Obviously, Team Sitout with first pick, maybe. OGs then banning Luna, so they don't take it first themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty standard bans across the board, actually. Some of the most popular heroes of the tournament. Magnus is something that OGs have played quite a lot of. They played 4 games of it. They do only have a 25% win rate, but it hasn't got a great tournament win rate either. But I think it's something that's favored in the off lane
If
for
it's a
OGs.
comfort hero, then
Yeah,
you don't want them to have it. Sure. Right, first pick coming out as Venge.
yeah, yeah. I had this one down for Sitout. 75% team win rate, 4 games played. Tournament win rate 44%. But 16 games, so yeah, one of the most popular heroes because of the saves and all sorts going on.
Yeah, very versatile as a hero.
And the Tusk immediate reply from OGs, again a hero that they've played 2 games with, has a 66% win rate in the tournament, and they have a 50% win rate in, so they've won 1, lost 1 with the hero at the moment.
Yeah, not much getting
Oh
given
shit! I
away.
didn't change the title.
Oh no!
It's a good start. How do I do that? Oh yes, here. I got it. I got it, guys. Don't worry. No panic.
Well, one of the teams is right.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's lucky. It's not the group stage. Upper bracket? Question mark. Oopsie. Sorry, everybody. They're just called OGs, aren't they, with the exclamation mark? I don't want to misbrand any of the teams. We did it.
Medusa getting banned out whilst you're changing your title. So there will not be an additional point on that 75% win rate.
That is, yeah, that is true.
But another hero that's been doing very well in the tournament has been picked is Abaddon.
Yes,
Abaddon
has a crazy win rate in this tournament actually. 85% win rate from 13 games. Pretty nutty.
Yeah. Yeah, better than the Medusa, as it turns out.
Indeed. Yeah, Medusa's just a fucking irritating hero to play against, to be honest. So Tusk, would you say is the 4 then? Probably 4-5 Tusk Abaddon. I guess the same here. 4-5.
Yeah.
Disruptor, some combination for Sitout.
I think the Disruptor's more likely to be 5, with the bench going 4.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe not. I don't know. Both could do both. Both teams could switch it up either way. So
yeah.
I'm excited. I don't think I've seen much of this Abaddon, but it definitely,
Well, it hasn't
definitely appears
appeared
to be
in
doing
in
well.
any of the games we've played so
No.
far. It has appeared, I think, in a couple of the ones we've cast, but it seems pretty strong. Just the heals and the shield and stuff. It's just very nice in the lane. Yeah, I had it written down as one of a few that are kind of popping off in this tournament. Slardar again, another one that is yet to be picked actually by either side, but both do like a lot.
Mm.
That would have been fortuitous timing if they picked it, but they do go for Sand King instead. The other one I had written down as well as Necro, which has an 86% win rate, but that's only from 7 games, but has, I think, been played potentially definitely by Team Sitout, I think, as well.
Yeah.
So
She made fucking beans.
thank you for the follow. I just got beans right in my ears. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, beans.
Getting beans.
Yeah, Sand King is nice. Combo as well with the Disruptor too. Be big damage. Once they're silenced up, stunned up, kept in one place with the ring. Got potential there.
Yeah, I think the other one that I think we did play against when we played against OGs, they played the puck. I just spotted the puck ban actually in the last phase. Yeah, that's it. I was getting there. It's game one. We got potentially 3 to warm up. So yes, very interesting to see. Underlord.
Oh,
Big lad on deck. 3 melee
I like
lads.
seeing a bit of that.
So far for OGs.
Yeah, this is a lot of run at you and don't die.
Indeed.
Abaddon with a bunch of sustain for the team. Tusk with a bunch of damage. And Underlord just there.
And Storm Spirit next up.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess these 3 run and Storm Spirit zips about.
That seems to be the plan so far for OGs. There's the Necro.
There is the Necro.
So the Slardar completely ignored so far, but both teams could be. Oh no, I guess you could play it mid, but that would be Necro probably Sitout, right? So I don't think it's actually going to be involved here unless they're bold enough to pick it POS 1, but it doesn't seem like that's the play. So let's see.
Maybe saving it for game 2.
Yeah.
You never know.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Storm Spirit into Disruptor. 10 seconds remaining. Could be tough.
But I guess also one of those heroes that if you're very confident at playing, you can kind of style on opposition a lot with, so it depends.
Yeah.
But agreed, will be a tricky one. But with your 3 big lads and your saves and your heals,
you'd hope you could just sit back until the ult is out and then go.
Yeah.
On the Storm. Should be fairly obvious where it's coming.
I think this Ursa ban is real nice. I was just having a think about what Sitout might want to use to complete the draft actually, and that felt like quite a good option. But Shadow Fiend is what they go for instead.
Shadow Fiend's nice. The big ulties, I think, will be coming in.
Void.
Okay.
Huge. Well, how do we dissect this one then? I'm thinking about.
Void is an interesting pick with 3 other melee heroes and a Storm.
Yeah. But it was like insta-locked as well. They they knew that's what they wanted to play.
Is there going to be much backup in these Chronos? Like, it's just going to be his damage. I mean, I guess at late game that's fine, but
yeah. I feel like also on the side of Sitout, I feel there's a potential lack of beef. Apart from, I guess Necro is just difficult to kill, right? But it feels like
Necro's tricky. Sand King can be quite tricky.
you're relying, I think, a bit on those two to be super beefy.
Yeah.
I don't know about SF, but could be.
I think that the issue is going to be that they're not able to take down these 3 huge lads quick enough, and by which point, I think they'll survive early fights or like early into the fights, but I think it's going to be long, drawn out fights in this game.
Yeah.
And
that probably benefits OGs a bit more, right? Because of the sustain.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, Necro, I suppose, but it might just be him.
See, Necro's a great pickup in this game. It should be a good Necro game, but we'll see. Depends if Team Sitout can get pickoffs and burst people down.
Yeah.
Facing this storm down is not going to be fun, but see what they get in. Who are you going to favour going into the game?
It's very tricky.
Sneak that one in there before you ask me.
Yeah, exactly. I currently am favouring OGs, I think. I don't know about how this Void fits in, but I quite like it. I quite like the lanes. Apologies, Ashwin. I'm so sorry. What about you?
I'm inclined to agree. I struggle with the Void pick, but other than that, I just don't see how they get on top of it.
Right, I'm just going to take my hoodie off because I realise I'm getting really warm already before we even started, so you're going to have to fill for like 30 seconds while I just...
That's okay. I'm going to do my best to try and set up a predictions for everyone, because I completely forgot that was a thing that we can do now. And I'm not going to steal the breakdown off of you, Scott.
You can break it down if you want to. I mean,
no, you do such a good job. I mean, they're wrapping around bot.
Yes, they are wrapping around bot, so I'm going to run out of time. But we'll go through Team Sitout first. We've got Y.O.S.O on Sand King. We've got Seething on the Necrophos. Lulu on Vengeful Spirit. Ea-nasir on the Shadow Fiend. And Wurzag on the Disruptor. And then sitting on high ground, we've got Vi on Abaddon. Lone Soldier on the Void. Peebo on Storm Spirit. Flowzone on Tusk, and Larry Llama on the offlane Underlord. Will they engage? Void may be caught. Walks towards. Nice stun from the Venge. Follow up stun from...
Got the time leap. Ooh. Those ice shards just nullifying the fight. Yeah.
Sorry, I realised I had the wrong overlay on, and before the chat shouted at me, I needed to change it, and that also distracted me from actually casting the fight. But there we are. There's another stun out onto the Abaddon, who does get the rune, and now will take quite a bit of damage from the 3 heroes of Team Sitout. But will just walk away, and does have the shields anyway, so should be alright.
I've also, so predictions up. Place your beans where your mouth is, I guess.
That is the optimum way to consume beans, just FYI.
You got loads of time. I forgot to change it down from 2 minutes like I did last time, which I realised was too much time. But hey ho. If you can predict the game by first minute or so of the laning phase, then props to you.
Or by the runes. I mean, it's 3-1 on runes, so maybe that's a sign. I don't know.
Maybe.
They do have to...
That's the kind of stats I want to find out, actually. Put in a request. How many games where the rune advantage went one way did that team win?
Yeah, you're gonna have to like tell my boss to stop giving me work for that to happen. Unfortunately, I'm gonna need more time, Chief. I'm gonna need more time. Right. Yeah.
Right. What we got?
So it is a Void versus Sand King in the bot lane, and then yeah, top lane we've got. I just forget they've got like double melee side lanes on the side of side of OGs. As Lulu gets a load of damage here from Vi, who gets some in return, puts the shield on. Kind of wants Lulu to pop it. Does some more damage again from the shattering of the shield.
That'll be the best start for the Abaddon here.
No, not currently. And I would say that also the SF appears to be going quite well in this top lane, although so is the Underlord, so they're getting out.
Not a lot of damage onto the Admiral, but he's got a big stick, so...
So it's the Invis Sand King
Yes.
again, rather than the one where it follows you.
Rather than the good one, I think.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Because I've not played enough Sand King to verify that, but I think the other one is better.
I prefer the other one, but that doesn't mean it's better. It just means it's so Invis is correct according to the pros, says Ashwin. That makes sense.
Well, we are playing at a pro level, so it should be right on track.
It may be that they have been a few nerfs to the old Sandy boy, so may have changed which is better.
Disruptor top getting gone on big time. Nice shards.
Does get the Lotus, but may perish as a result. Yes. Nice trap out from the Underlord. Big damage coming out, but they are 2 melee lads, and they do have to run after. They do trap the SF instead. Get a couple of clicks off onto Ea-nasir as well, but
a lot of damage, but not quite enough to take him down, unfortunately.
Now the wave will push with this firestorm coming down as well.
Shadowseen absolutely bossing this lane.
He's having a great time up here. It is the reason it used to be such a potent mid laner, is that it could just dominate lanes, but suddenly become, I guess they must have nerfed it into being too weak to mid lane, so now here it is in the safe lane.
Lulu getting low bot.
Loads of damage. Blood grenade out, and now the Void will pick up the first blood. Takes down Lulu on the Vengeful Spirit.
Very nice. I think one of the first times I've seen a kill that actually required blood grenade. If it wasn't for the blood grenade, the kill would not have been there.
There you go.
Normally, you just see it get thrown out. There's nothing.
Big damage coming out onto Tusk from the SF. That is quite nice damage. Will hopefully slow down some of the harass. Although the wave has pushed back into the favour of OGs in the off lane at the moment. Trap comes out. They will do some big damage here onto the Shadow Fiend, who's walked up a little far and did get trapped and then snowballed.
Well.
Now they'll get trapped in, and this Disruptor comes in to save his SF's day. A very nice trap.
Disruptor's going to have a great time against all these melee heroes that are punched up.
Yeah, that is for sure. Middle lane, Peebo is quite low, and I think, although Flowzone is hanging around, potentially a bit early for the 6-minute rune, but potentially hanging around to try and gain a bit of an advantage on picking that one up, but it has backed off.
Things mid once again seem fairly even.
Apologies, as my cat, our third co-caster on this stream, has just turned off my girlfriend's computer mid-Fortnite game, so my heart goes out to my girlfriend currently, who has just been absolutely ruined by my cat. And back to the Dota. She's about to walk across my desk actually, so there is that. Do you wanna move? Oh, you're gonna bite my arm. That's okay.
Right. Peebo needs to be careful here because he's very low and Seething's just got 6.
Yes, although Flowzone will be there
so
to
could just get a kill.
In fact, the creeps are following him and currently causing an issue. Yeah, Seething could. It's within range, like you say.
No rune either, so he's gonna just be out of lane now.
Yeah, Tusk did have to deny it.
If he had a ward up there.
Such a tough lane actually against the Necro. Don't often pay attention to the mid lanes in these games because they tend to be.
He's just gonna run up. Can he do it?
Oh no!
Oh, I feel like he just needs to.
Just needs to commit, but I don't know if he's fast enough. And with 6 on Peebo, could just use the zip.
There's the salve.
Yeah, shipped out. Will help him get back into the lane.
Yeah. A lot of damage though with the 3 levels and death bolts already.
Yeah, and the the cores from Sitout are getting a lot out of the lanes at the moment, in comparison to their OG's counterparts. So
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, still relatively even, but
yeah. But definitely, I think the biggest delta is this mid lane here. As I miss a kill top lane, Larry Llama goes down. Apologies for that. Wurzag with the kill.
that's got to be Shadow Razors, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
That's a tough kill to get.
As mid lane, Seething confident enough to just walk up and put pressure on his tower. Will be pulled back by the storm, getting quite a lot of damage out onto Seething, who does pop the shroud. And
up.
they rotate in Larry.
Full health.
She made fucking beans. What the
Thank you very much for the follow.
Polka Dot Kitty Cat just followed.
Oh, you get another beansing.
I got beansed again.
I love beans.
Only 1 kill apiece. We're coming up for just gone 8 minutes already as they trap Ea-nasir in the top lane. Lovely shards. Nice follow-up trap, and Storm Spirit is here. Ea-nasir will go down, and they will make absolutely sure with the Storm Spirit rotation top lane.
Seemed like light work as well.
Yeah, I think once those initial 2 traps came out.
Oh, could be another kill here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, bottom lane. Sorry, I was looking elsewhere. Void and Vi were setting up onto Y.O.S.O, but despite the damage coming out, it wasn't quite enough. Now Flowzone will just use the ice shards once again to block out Seething from making any kind of counterplay in this top fight. Was it just a disruptor kill up in this jungle? Was it?
Yeah. They just kind of ran into him in the jungle, chased him down. Storm just zipped in, Vortex. Nice kill. Nearly got out with the old kinetic field, but not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite enough.
So early earn onto the Tusk as well, which will be real nice. Real nice extra bit of rotational as they find Wurzag again. Just walks into it. Lovely trap. And the Firestorm damage now is full health, so it's going to be very difficult. Bottom lane, I'm guessing Y.O.S.O got out on nearly 0 HP.
He got very low. So the older Dark Troll Summoner rooted him on the stacked camp, so he took a bunch of damage from that. And then the Abaddon's shield broke and the Mistcall came out and very nearly got him, but too far away for anything else to happen. It's just getting wrecked by the creeps.
Mid lane, bit of damage out onto Seething, and now Tusk has come around and traps Seething again. They does use a shroud, and now we will rotate in people using but Underlord will be coming around the back as well. Larry pops out, some creeps as well, but looks like they're not going to follow that up.
Back Larry goes.
Through the portal. And now he's getting sent back, and he'll go through the portal again. He won't!
No.
It disappears!
It ends in time.
Oh no, now we'll start the long walk up. Or will he? Maybe they'll just try and put some pressure on this mid tower instead.
Yeah, well they got 3 of them there.
Flowzone is looking to wrap round the back. Seething gets trapped and gets some damage from Firestorm, but we'll just walk out eventually.
Oh, it's a lovely ward, that. It's a lovely ward. Deep behind the tower.
As they get more Firestorm damage. Nice stun
Llama.
out by Lulu. Oh, the swap back under the tower is huge. And now the ult will come out from our Seething with a save! He was saved by the snowball!
What a save!
That is huge. Larry might still go down, but it will take even more than they wanted to expend, and doesn't give him the stack for Admiral Seething.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Huge Tusk save. He does go down in the end, but
That was some great plays. He nearly messed him up, but the ice shards was great until he got swapped back, and then he couldn't get back out across. But the old drinking buddies brought him back. Oh, great plays from the Tusk.
that is
Great
huge.
plays from the Tusk.
Huge. Making moves all around the map now. Goes onto Y.O.S.O. We'll be rolling with the Void under the tower. Does Void have Chrono? Does. Pops it. Will trap the Tusk into the Sandstorm. Might cost it, but luckily the Sand King goes down. But it will cost the Tusk their life. And now Lulu swaps back under tower again. And this time they get 2 kills for it. Shared bounty, but you'll take that.
I think the Forest Strike took him a bit deeper than they wanted to go there. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
A little bit late on the sentry coming out for the
Yeah.
Sanking.
I think if the chrono was like 2 frames north, it
Yeah.
might have let the Tusk just run out, although he would have still been in Sandstorm, so...
Trouble
wouldn't-
for
wasn't
Disruptor
gonna-
again, top.
Yeah, huge damage coming out again, and that will be another kill for Peebo. Ea-nasir pops the
Oh,
ult, but not quite
Sanking's
getting
in.
anything, and now Sanking's in. But Peebo
Oh,
just
he's
zips straight
zipped.
into Ea-nasir, who says, "Thank you very much, I'll take that kill." And now Larry Llama,
Anywhere but there.
Larry Llama will walk out again with the cover of the shards, but Seething is chasing, but they don't think they'll chase up high ground. It's too dangerous and a lack of vision at the moment. It's a nice brawly game, this one. We're 5 for 5,
Yeah.
12 minutes in. It was a bit
And-
sleepy at the start, but we've come alive.
I think fantastic gameplay from Sitout. You would have thought, looking at the lineup, that OGs would be the ones running at them and taking these early fights. But Sitout doing well to
As
actually
Ea-nasir
say,
gets trapped again
no, we can do
under
that
the
too.
tower. Snowball coming out, hits 2, both Seething and Ea-nasir, but now the trap
Shield
from
rune on the
Disruptor,
Necro,
but
though.
dodged by Peebo.
Sure, if you
Peebo,
want to fly
Peebo.
into that.
Yeah, that's a huge rune, and now Abaddon will pay with their life. Just called him Peebo instead of Peebo. Head's gone. My head's gone, lads. They still want to engage in this middle lane.
It's really too,
Oh,
though, so
Peebo
I think
gets
they
swapped
can.
in and doesn't have that much mana left, but will get stunned up.
Oh!
Oh, the damage, not quite there.
Got a big
Tower goes
stick.
down. Ea-nasir does secure that one.
We'll get away.
We'll get away. Close.
Oh, man.
We have some, yeah, let's get some peepoos in the chat, please. I'm so sorry, Peebo. My bad. I'll try to just say Storm from now on.
Just avoid.
I'll just avoid that at all costs.
Now they smoke up looking for this void. But
Yes,
talking about a void,
senses it coming, although his Tusk has just TP'd in, will also want to probably get out of there, or is now going
Yeah.
to tank the gank instead. As they
He's gonna
ping out
tank
that
the
he's
gank.
there. Oh, a little bit of...
do they see him?
I think they do. Now the Disruptor will bring him back, but he'll dodge it with the Snowball. So he will be outside the trap.
Sure, if he
but-
wanted to dodge it,
but
to
I
be
think
honest.
There'll be quite a lot of damage coming out, and Y.O.S.O will eventually get the kill.
Yeah. All
So-
5 of Sitout down here, though.
Yeah, now we'll
There's
put
space on
pressure
the
on this
map.
tier 1. As my... How can I help you, Cat? Apologies if she is coming through the microphone. She wanted to say a lot about that fight. I think it was
I'm
good
not
job
hearing
sit
anything.
out.
Yep, they'll trade mid tower for bot tower.
Yeah, no, a real nice from Sitout at the moment. Like you say, making rotations and actually just out brawling this probably
Yeah.
lineup.
Taking control of the game. Taking absolute control of the
Oh.
game.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Geez, they're gonna-
74% win rate. Gaben says
74%.
Sitout right now. Yeah, apparently. Is a 3K
Oh,
goal.
jeez.
Oh, geez, indeed. It's not looking good.
I feel like OGs are more in it than that.
For sure. I think that's the benefit of some of like the sustain of their lineup, right? Is that if they can get a fight where they can just keep their cores alive, feels like, especially the Storm, who has been jumped on, and this Disruptor is making the life difficult for the Storm, but as we kind of predicted in the draft. But I feel like if there's a way to try and keep him out of trouble, you're going to benefit a bit. And try and get maybe
Yeah.
Larry to be the target of the attacks instead on the Underlord to try and soak up
I
some of the
think-
damage and just sustain.
Storm is going to be the one to watch. If they start using their repositioning spells on him, he's just going to zip out, zip away.
I
That's
think
not what you
also
want.
you're kind of banking on this Void as well, the later the game goes, to try and get you over the line.
I mean, Void late game is just so good.
As they smoke up, Y.O.S.O spotted that Void was in this lane, so Lone Soldier
Yeah,
is
they're
in a
gonna-
bit of
they're gonna
trouble
find
now.
him.
Gets swapped in, stunned up immediately, and now the ult comes
Yeah.
out, and the TP rotations are
They
coming
dropped
from
a lot
OGs
for that fight.
with the Underlord. who will now trap out onto the Disruptor, but that will probably be the solo kill. Although
Glimpse
Seething
back.
is walking back in. Yeah, glimpse back. Seething. Oh, the trap.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
the ice shards
And
just
now they're
misses.
blocked.
No, blocked
Saved
off.
him.
Unfortunate there for OGs. Now the stun will come out onto Flowzone.
They're going
They'll
back.
roll onto the creeps to avoid any further damage, and now the drinking buddies will help them try and move away. Although they walk in to Walrus Punch Seething and then walk away. Although they have trapped him and isolated him from the rest of the team.
Necro's isolated.
But I don't think they want to contest or fight at this current moment. They need to tell that to Larry, who has walked up and was in the lane. Will eat a full SF ult and eventually go down to the damage from Admiral Seething.
That's the burst they need. That's what we're talking about at the draft there. If they can burst down the heroes, then and have quick fights, they're going to do really well. As soon as the fights go a bit longer, I think the sustain maybe is going to be too much. But for now, it's working for them, and they're playing with the advantage they've got.
Yeah, this Necro is gone 4-0 from the mid lane. It's cooking. It's cooking real nice. The two of the scythe stacks as well, so very nice.
I want to swap over to net worth.
Oh yes, that's the 4K advantage right there. That's the 4K advantage. As there's a nice trap onto Ea-nasir, but they don't look like they're going to contest. Y.O.S.O's looking up on the high ground for an angle, potentially around the back.
He needs to be careful here on OGs.
Yeah.
They've got two.
Especially as the two biggest cores are currently elsewhere. As Y.O.S.O comes in with the ult, and that will be huge damage onto Vi, but Vi will then heal up, and the tower will eventually go down. They do rotate.
And it's
Peebo
all too little, too late, I think.
But yeah, Team Sitout nicely walking away.
Team Sitout are gonna get out. Power for free. No fight needed.
So, yeah, I guess like just really the Hurricane Pike on the Shadow Fiend is nice, plus the Shroud on the Necro as well. And Void has Maelstrom already, but needs to accelerate a bit in farm, but probably will with the Iron Talon plus Mom and Maelstrom. So just need some space to be able to farm up a bit more.
I like those two fights that they had. They had top on Sitout where they got the Void, and then a little bit later they got the Underlord.
Yeah.
They committed a lot of spells, but I mean, if you use it and you get the kill, then it's great stuff. Like, there's not been a fight since that they've needed them, so why hold them? Like, I think it was on the Void they used 3 ults, 4 ults.
Yeah, and well worth it to slow down the Void's farm as well if you're worried about it later in the game.
Yeah. But like, at the time it seems an awful lot to commit, but
it's also the sustained
Getting
pressure
results.
on that tower as well. Like, they managed to basically hang around after getting the Void and think, okay, we can just keep putting pressure on. They have real good vision in this area as well, so they can see any rotations round. As it happens, it was all TP rotations, but the sustained damage and able to get the tower. There's a tier 2.
Yeah.
And plus a Void.
It's forcing it.
This was very nice.
Free top tower for OGs.
Yeah, in exchange for the Tormy, which where did that go actually? It went to Wurzag on the Disruptor, which is nice. Ground target.
It's a good shard.
It's a good D push as well. As they look like OGs will be setting up top for a tier 2 push. I think they're waiting for somebody to come and D-push this wave and try and catch them out, but it looks like, again, Sitout will have no interest in that and instead want to move and take Roshan, which will set them up nicely for a high ground push if they want, but it means OGs could take this tower for free if they want to, and they do now know that it's happening because they can use the scan.
How do you feel about this play? you think they do Roshan quick enough to then come back and defend the tower? Looks to be. They've cleared the wave, which is nice.
Yeah, I think they used.
Yeah,
their
they're
glyph,
gonna
didn't
manage
they?
it.
So yeah, they fortified. So they glyphed basically that wave, which cleared that wave
Yeah.
out, and now.
And it's going to go down before.
And now they can TP rotate. Sanking already getting in there early, but will have to hold fire just a moment. Although they suspect something's happening.
He
Oh,
got
the
rooted.
ult! The ult's cancelled by the roots.
That's
They
a
can't blink in. That was a lovely trap. Now Larry's going for a bold TP, gets swapped, but it does nullify a lot of the damage from the SF ult, but will go down instead. They do get the tower.
I think that's a fine trade for them.
Yeah, if you know you're not going to make it in time for Roshan, it depends if you lose a bit more. But yeah, it looks like Tusk will get out of
Could
there.
have easily lost, not got the tower and lost the fight there. So in that sense,
yeah, and they did
it's
have to
gone quite
commit.
well.
They did commit 2 ults to kill Larry as well. The swap,
Yes.
although the swap isn't like the longest cooldown in the world, so you know,
The
it's not
route
the
onto
end
the
of
Sanking, huge.
yeah.
Huge.
Oh, actually 3. Yeah, sorry, the epicenter as well. Completely forgot that was
Yeah.
cancelled.
Now I'm going to give up their tier 2 mid for that. Difficult to fight without 5 into the Aegis. Looks like they're going to head towards bot, get the last tier 2, claim the map as their own. They maybe see Tusk on the map.
I think they saw him push the wave, but he's
Certainly
sort
gonna
of
see him now.
He sensed that something's coming, but I don't know if he'll get out in time. Looking to use the... Yeah, they're going to find him. Nice wave up to the high ground. Stun out for the... stun dodge, but now...
Oh, no.
Traps himself in. So unfortunate. Then tries to TP out. Doesn't quite make it.
Oh, that was nearly so good.
Tusk will go down and was so close to greatness.
So close yet so far.
Unfortunately, just too much. Although they are continuing to put pressure in this top lane, so...
Void's nearly finishes BKB. So that's something.
They might actually be able to get damage on a tier 3 here, and also deal damage to this and trade a tier 2 in exchange for them pushing bot tier 2. Because they're all 5 pushing. So they do glyph out on the dire side, which will probably save their mid tower and any kind of immediate damage. But yeah, Sanking going to TP back to the high ground.
Yeah, they're coming back now.
Potentially try and catch out somebody. They do get the bot tower now. Mid
As soon as
tower
they
is
see
low.
that guy, they're just going to leave, right? You just need to leave, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
they
Right.
zip
Don't
out.
get swapped. Don't get swapped.
Yeah, and now Vi will now run towards their base.
My head's in my hand a little bit here. That wasn't great.
Oh, yeah,
But-
Ea-nasir has been caught in the mid lane. Does have the BKB, pops the ult, which will force them
Oh,
back.
Storm
But
Spirit in
Peebo
behind.
in behind. And now with the BKB wearing off, the stun will connect. And so Ea-nasir is in big trouble here. His Venge is coming.
Does
Doesn't
have Aegis, though.
Doesn't have swap up just yet. Used it obviously to get the kill onto Vi earlier, but Aegis is now down.
Oh.
Bring back by Disruptor will catch Larry, who will go down. Nice stun onto Y.O.S.O, but Y.O.S.O follows up with their own stun. And now Admiral Seething will secure the kill onto the Tusk, and that is a mega kill streak going the way of the mid Necro. 5-0
Yeah.
on this mid Necro.
OGs don't have the damage. They don't have it.
They do not have the damage at present.
Those are
Vi is
three
back
on
alive already.
one. They couldn't take down the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
That's it's not
They
good.
end up not really getting anything from that engage other than the Aegis, which is huge.
It's something.
But they may still feel Sitout confident enough to push high ground even without it. Although high ground, as we know, is very, very tricky. So we'll have to be a bit careful.
Yeah. I feel like Void hasn't really gotten involved too much yet. There might be something to be said once he gets in there with a chrono. As I said at the start, I'm not sure what, unless I'm missing something really obvious, I'm not sure what backup the chrono is going to have.
They've managed to find the Disruptor, who now nearly dodged with the invis, but the dust just about came out. And now there's all kinds of pings ringing in the mid lane. They find Y.O.S.O, who had walked up to get the
See two
wave.
of them.
They zip in, but they can't find him. No detection on them. So in this sandstorm, they cannot find him. They found him now. Must have walked under some kind of vision, and now the Firestorm is out as well. Y.O.S.O taking a lot of damage. Chrono out onto the back lines. Gets Necro and the Venge. Is hitting the Venge for dear life.
Backup there.
The sustain from the Necro is huge, and now Y.O.S.O comes in with the Epicenter. Does huge damage. Needs to be careful with their own life, because Flowzone is also getting low. Y.O.S.O survives. Flowzone goes down to the ult, and now Vi follows suit as well. And now the final two cores will retreat for their lives. No buyback on the Void either, so this could be huge. It could be a lane of Rax or even more.
Yeah. It's not the fight they needed. It was a lovely Chrono onto 2, but he just doesn't have the damage.
Yeah, there was no follow-up damage at all.
I don't know if he had the BKB and just didn't use it, or whether he got the BK after he died there. But
yeah, I think it was after he died. Might be why he doesn't have buyback available.
yeah, it was one lane down. Everyone's back up.
Let's look at the old 87% for Team Sitout right now. 14k advantage.
Yeah, now I think that's low.
And a 10 kill advantage as well.
Yeah, and they got 70 seconds on Chrono as well. No ults really, although Cataphane's just come back online. The Necro ult has been
yeah, the Necro
wonders.
is having a game here.
They've been playing really well, targeting one hero and getting that kill, just to give you the numbers advantage, and then the rest seems to be just plain sailing after that. For Team Sitout.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very well coordinated as well. The Venge getting trapped in the Chrono as well, and getting hit, but then just healing up after. I presume because of the Greaves and the heals from the Necrophos, but it was absolutely nutty sustain they had just with one hero.
Yeah, I mean, she's got like 18 armor or so. It's not to be sniffed at.
No.
BKB now online for Void might help, but I think what they're lacking is damage.
Yeah,
they are really lacking damage. These kind of tanky lineups where you just kind of stand there and then you kill them work really well, even without too much damage. But you have to live, and at the moment they're not living.
Yeah,
they can live longer. Then maybe there's something to be said for just out sustaining them, but Sitout are getting the one up on them in that regard at the moment.
Yeah, and I think they're just like an item ahead on the cores, it feels like as well, right? It's like you've got Bloodstone, BKB, Sand King. You got BKB almost, in fact, Daedalus I think possibly on the courier for Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
It just feels like, and Necro is just like not dying already with like Greaves Shroud, so it's just like they just live.
Yeah.
And they just live. They just live and they have damage, and a nice mix of damage too from obviously SF and SK combined. And your Abaddon just can't heal for that amount.
Just can't get enough.
Caught mid lane with a nice Sparrow, but now they'll retreat. They need to try and save what they can from this Rax. The ice shards don't quite hit as Larry gets sent back, but he will come back.
Yeah, he's got to come back through the portal.
So, what do we think is the way back into this game for OGs if they're going to do it then? Do we think it's just to try and buy as much time for this void to get some items as possible, or do you think you need to try and make a play to get a pick off on 1 or 2 heroes that might give you some advantage and some room to breathe on the map?
I think at this point in the game, I don't know if you have enough time and space to farm back up. I think the only way you get back in is picking off a big hero. Like if they'd found that Necro here in that smoke, that would have been nice. Sitout kind of spreading out a little bit, as spread out as they've been in the entire game, which says a lot. They've been really running around together. I don't think 5v5 they stand a chance, even with everything executed perfectly. I think the chrono is going to be key. Getting a good one.
Yeah, yes, to answer your question, Scotchy, it was a faceless pick into Venge and Disruptor. It was a last pick Void, and they insta-locked it. So
yes.
Make of that what you will. BKB popped from the SF. Not sure that's what was intended.
Roche?
For the Roshan, but it's happened, and that's all you can do about it. OGs indeed. This Roshan will not take as long as the last one. And they will get the Aegis onto the SF as well, and the Roshan's banner, who I'm not sure who picked that up actually. Oh, it looks like the Necro did.
Yeah. These kind of games are frustrating if you're on OG's position at the moment. I feel like there is a chance still, but
catching this
it's
SF
slim.
will be a good start if they can bring him down. Huge damage,
Yeah,
nice
but
swap out. Oh, get silenced just at the critical moment. Before the SFO can come out, they drop the chrono and do get the Venge. So that is 2 kills onto Team Sitout as they get the Disruptor on the back lines as well. Will they stay around too long? Ea-nasir does have the Aegis, needs to be careful. And now
in with a big ult.
Oh, huge ult from the Sand King, and now the follow-up damage coming out. And that is Peebo dead. That is... oh, the damage onto Fly just got popped by the combo. Ea-nasir just shredded.
What happened?
I think that's a raise, isn't it? That is a raise and also a Sand King stinger, probably like the old caustic finale bit damage from all of them.
He was like full health.
Yeah, and what was a great fight for OGs, if they just managed to get out of there, has now turned into quite a bad one. This SF still has the Aegis, BKB back online after the Roshan pop, and is hitting your towers and buildings currently.
Yeah, this should be Megas, right? No, sticking around.
I think
playing it safe.
Yeah, playing it safe is a good option at the moment because you've got them on the back foot already. You know they don't have buybacks because they probably would have expended at least one there. I mean,
you still have Aegis.
Yeah,
still got it.
Exactly, and you can wait for your 2 lads to be alive and waddle back down to this bottom lane to help you out. Yeah, good point from the chat there is that there is no chrono, so yeah, it's a good time to fight. Although you probably
I don't think they really care.
It doesn't
about the
feel
chrono.
like it's. I mean, last
It's
time
not
it
really
secured
done
a kill on
anything.
Avenge. It really
And even that was a bit of a struggle. Let's be honest.
It needs to. Yeah. It was a great fight if they'd managed to get out, like I said, because they managed to again, it was another time where Sitout had actually split themselves up across the map. I think it's probably the second time they've actually done it. And
yeah. Well, as split out as there's still 3 or 4 of them together.
and able to rotate, and I think that's the key. They could still come in through this top outpost as well.
Yeah.
As they lift up the
doesn't
SF,
care now.
Yeah, got Aegis still anyway. Disruptor ult is down along with the trap.
Yeah, it's gonna get the tusk
they do get the
down.
tusk instant buyback, but I think basically these spells are there to just secure that Ea-nasir is just slapping the racks. Lone Soldier's in.
Oh,
Chrono,
Chrono
on,
is back up.
onto 3. Peebo is just outside of it.
Dies in the Chrono.
He dies in the Chrono. Oh no. And now Peebo's in big trouble. Eats the SF ult. And that is huge. This is dieback on Tusk. 3 buybacks coming out for all the cores. But it's looking very dire for the Radiant team at the moment. As that is mega creeps coming out. Peebo zipping in, trying to do as much damage as possible onto Admiral Seething. But now gets swapped in.
Oh,
will use up.
Spot.
And now the stun will come out from the Sand King. Ultra kill on Sand King. Can he get the rampage? Y.O.S.O. No, Ea-nasir absolutely destroys. I think that's the Underlord who got 3-shot there, and that is GG called. 34k advantage at the end. We go for 37 minutes in this game 1, but it's 1-0 to Team Sitout.
Oh, it's fantastic. It was great Dota. Great Dota from Sitout there. Yeah. I don't know what killed the Void in his own Chrono.
I think it might have been the SF. I think it might have been the SF.
That was crazy. They did it.
Ashwin quite rightly giving it the big one in chat. Fair play. We did not.
Let's go.
We did all laugh at you at the start, and here we are.
The people who predicted are not going to be happy. Sitout definitely won.
Have people lost a lot of beans in this?
It was 99% to OGs.
Oh god.
Someone put 10 beans on Sitout to win. Shout out to Matati42. He committed his 10 beans. And boy, he's going to be rolling in it.
Rolling in the beans now. That is huge. Huge results in the chat right now. Right, who's your MVP? I think there's quite a few contenders for this one.
Who's my MVP? Admiral Seething played a phenomenal game on Necro. 8-0. Really, really good. I think I got to give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, no deaths in a Goon game is crazy.
Provided the right pace at the start of the game for Sitout to really like grab a hold of this thing, and everyone just kind of seemed to form around it. Great plays from Sand King, big ults, especially in that last fight up top. A huge ult, 3-man stun. Like you couldn't play it better, but really just the MVP goes to Sitout, I think, as a team.
Yeah.
Really coordinating well, playing fantastically.
Yeah. Real nice.
Bit of a wake-up call for OGs, I think.
Yeah, this last pick Void, not quite business. So yeah, a tricky one, but we do have potentially 2 more games to come. We're going to take a quick break in between game 1 and 2, so I can get into the lobby and also go get another drink. But yeah, sit tight. We'll be back in a couple minutes' time. So see you then. Alright, everybody, welcome back. We are back, just waiting for both our both teams to be ready in the lobby, and we will be ready to get into game 2. If you missed game 1, Team Sitout won a pretty convincing first game of this best of 3, so we could be going for 3 games, but we will see. We shall see. And there was some real nice combination plays coming out from Sitout, so it was a lovely bit of Dotes going on. And we are just waiting for the draft for game 2 to start. But then we will bring it to you live when it happens.
Some of the finest Dotes I've seen in the old Goon International, I think.
Yeah.
Throwing it back to the Tusk save.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was a crazy save. Still didn't know you could do that actually.
No, you could stop it. I thought it was just inevitable.
Yeah. All right, we're back into the draft. So this is game 2. Just a reminder, Team Sitout 1-0 up currently. The loser of this drops down to the lower bracket to face Team Spherical, and the winner proceeds to play Halo 3 soundtrack in the upper bracket of the Goon International. And looks like I think OGs have taken first pick this time around, so it'll be interesting to see what they go for and use that for. It might be that they do not ban the Luna in case, because I think they must have banned it last time in case the Luna was picked up by Sitout. Just a reminder from the draft of game 1, Luna and Slard are the 2 contested picks, I would say, in this draft, although Slard are completely ignored last time in favor of Underlord and Sand King.
I think we'll see very similar bans. I'm not sure if OGs will ban anything in particular from Sitout's last game.
Although they have already banned
more
the
just
Disruptor.
alter their own game plan. Disruptor did do work for them, so
Yeah.
like it didn't feel to me that like the Necro was particularly overbearing, just doing Necro things. Really, it's not warrant of a ban, but maybe
it's the same bans so far for Sitout. At the moment, they've banned Disruptor for OGs, which they didn't ban last time. Obviously, was played. Puck gets banned out this time as well. It's the same. So that is the same first 4 bans as game 1 for Team Sitout. So
yeah,
got a consistent strategy against OGs for the heroes that I guess they think we don't want to play against that if poss. And SD banned into the Luna pick as we sort of predicted. Last time they banned it. This time they decide to take it because they have that first pick. Just a reminder, Luna, the most played hero in this tournament so far, prior to these series that have gone on tonight, so they may have changed, given Clockwork is in the area, as is Hoodwink, so that may have adapted. But Luna has a 55% win rate prior to these series, 18 games played. And both sides have played the hero before. Drow Ranger is another one that is a hero that has a 100% win rate in this tournament so far.
100% win rate.
From 3 games. So not the most amount of games you've ever seen, but not insignificant either. And potentially just a pick to yeah, because you see both carries off the bat. You'd expect.
That's a bit of a strange situation.
Yeah. The Luna first pick has been pretty consistent across the board for a lot of teams. But yeah, the Drow
How many
feels quite
games did you say Luna had been picked for?
18 prior to the start of the series today.
18.
18 games played, 33 bans, so 51 combined picks and bans. But yeah.
Must be exhausted.
Yeah, we need to give that buddy, like cat she's riding, a break. Needs a beverage. So now there comes the Necro ban for OGs, and they banned Death Prophet again, which they did last time as well. So we'll see what they decide to go for. Earth Spirit ban from Sitout into the Venge pick. So
Venge again.
Getting Venge for a second time, as they did in game 1, was pretty
There's a
effective.
lot of good catch in the last game, yeah.
Yeah. Although I suppose OGs won't be last picking Void this time. You'd imagine, given they've got Luna.
You never know.
And Snapfire. And there's the Slardar. So the two contested picks between these two teams go the way of OGs. So Slardar has quite a crazy win rate. Again, these may have changed, but for OGs, Slardar have 100% win rate when they've played it. So they played 2 games, won both, and it has a 90% win rate in the tournament prior to the games tonight of 10 games played. So quite a significant win rate, actually.
That's pretty spicy.
I'll have a look up Snapfire in a moment. Snapfire I did have written down as well. 50% win rate for the team and a 29% win rate in the tournament, but has been played like 14 times. A Sitout go for the Sand King once again.
Yeah, if it ain't broke.
Was 3rd pick last time, is 3rd pick this time. And it worked very, very nicely in that last game.
Yeah, worked very well for them.
5 seconds.
So, yes. Yes. So that's both, you would think both offlaners, Snapfire, I guess, and Venge can both be 4 or 5, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a bit of flexibility.
And then
there.
both picked their carries as well. So we're looking for a mid and potentially another support, I would say, for both sides. Would you agree? Unless Slardar played mid, has happened.
Has it?
I think because of the river, right? You can be in the river.
Oh yeah.
Might need a correction from the chat on that one, but I feel like it's quite strong because of the river. But
yeah, I buy it.
Obviously more conventionally an offlaner, but yeah, I think definitely some flexibility there. Lich, another one that has been played quite a bit in this tournament, but does only have a 46% win rate. 13 games played though. It's quite a lot of heroes that have been in that 10 to 15 game range that have been played quite a few times that have lower win rates. And the Oracle. Now, isn't Vi a big Oracle player? I'm sure that's right. Again, the chat might be able to inform me on that one, but I'm sure from the other tournaments that have happened this year, I've seen.
Let me see if I can
against them.
Look up his old profile for you.
But if so, could be huge for OGs. Yes, I'll put in the chat. Thank you. Vi is a huge Oracle player.
Huge if true.
Huge if true. As we get a Kunkka ban on.
Oracle is his most played hero.
Yeah. I'll do it. So, potentially one that normally gets respect banned, but is being ignored currently, and has been allowed to get through. Was allowed to get through last time as well, by the looks of it, but wasn't taken. But this time, give your if your upper bracket life is on the line, because they need to win. They need to reverse sweep the series now to remain in the upper bracket. Give your lads your best heroes.
10 seconds remain.
Kunkka ban and Sniper ban from Sitout.
5 seconds remain. Dyer's turn to ban.
Yeah, OGs have played a bit of Sniper as well.
I don't know about you, but Oracle for me is one of those heroes where if I know the enemy team has someone who knows how to play it. It's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. It's in that list of heroes.
You know, like Morphling is the same, Arc Warden is the same.
Yeah.
Like it has a bit of that allure.
Sitout banned the SF this time, so no SF shenanigans in this one. I mean, they are looking for a mid laner, I would say, on OGs, right? But I guess you could. That is where SF was traditionally played. Only just
Yeah.
recently moved to safe lane.
I didn't even know he'd moved. That's how relatively recently it was.
So, I guess just doesn't want that high damage that we saw in that previous game. Three-shotting a void
Obviously
inside his
was not
chrono.
invited to the housewarming party.
There were a lot of creeps there.
Oh, very good.
Thank you, thank you.
Very good.
I'm here for the next. Well, depends how long these games go, but maybe hour. Okay, so a lot of time being taken on this last ban for OGs, eating into a bit of their reserve time. I guess trying to work out. Well,
Yeah, they'll
I
be
mean,
thinking about what they want to pick.
I recall a shout in the chat from the last game that Sand King is also played by their mid laner, as we get a Storm Spirit for for OGs as their.
Do you think
final...
that conversation went down a bit like, do you want to play Storm Spirit again? And he said, no, I don't want to play Storm Spirit again. It's like, please play Storm Spirit again. Okay, I'll play Storm Spirit.
10 seconds remain.
Yeah, I imagine it probably
5 seconds remain.
something like that. It's like, oh, I guess so. He's like, they don't have Disruptor this time. But yeah, I'm wondering whether the SK could be. They could. I guess they could flex it mid. I remember that being mentioned in the chat last time around, so there is a chance.
Okay.
But we'll see what our team decides to pick. Tiny,
Choose your hero.
the little
Tony.
lad. So let's see. Yeah, Y.O.S.O Sand King again. So he is allowed to continue to cook on the Sand King as he did in the game 1. And the Tiny is taken. All right then.
I feel like OGs have a bit more of a balanced team this time. A bit less of the melee beef run at you kind of strategy.
Yeah.
That being said, I do really like the tiny set, so it's difficult.
Yeah, it's tricky. I am torn. Do you want to go first and decide who you think might win this
Oh,
game?
you're gonna make me go first.
Yeah, I went first last time, so just give me the opportunity.
I'll go with OGs. I'll go with OGs. I think this looks a bit more comfortable for them, compared to last game, perhaps. A few more familiar heroes. I feel like Peebo did well on Storm Spirit last game.
Green
Just
singer
falling
Rosby just
behind in all the
followed.
lanes kind of made it a bit nasty, but maybe this game could be a different story.
Yeah.
Are you gonna agree? Are you gonna?
Well, I'm gonna back Ashwin this game, as I didn't last
Oh
time.
yeah.
And he's my friend, so I'm gonna back Sitout in this one. For that reason and that reason alone, I think again they have the Sand King. I quite like this Sand King. If he picks up where he left off in the last game, could be pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna back Ashwin and Sitout for this one. Right, we're into game 2 then. So let's run you through your teams real fast. It's as you were for the. So it's OGs on the Dire side this time around. And Luna is being played by Lone Soldier. We have Larry Llama on the offlane Slardar, Vi on his trademark Oracle, Flowzone on the Snapfire, and Peebo, who I will try to say the name properly this time, on the Storm Spirit once again. Meanwhile, doing the aggressive move on the side of the Radiant, we have Team Sitout with Ea-nasir on the Drow Ranger. We have Admiral Seething on this mid tiny, Wurzag on Lich, Lulu on the Venge once again, and Y.O.S.O also once again on the Sand King. Both teams have not managed to find each other, so there's that.
We've got a big old bet going on here.
Is
I
it?
had one vote of 10 beans for OGs, and that's it. One voter.
Ashwin in the chat, Vi Oracle overrated, don't quote me if this goes wrong. Well, I think I will try my
Just,
best to remember that as
Just print squeak.
oh,
Print
there's
screen
a little
that
bit of carry
quote.
on carry action going on early doors up at this
Yeah,
the
that was
portal.
quite a bit of damage actually.
As Ea-nasir makes their way down, while I think Larry and Flowzone were damaging
deny
the
creep.
denying creeps early doors.
How did they do that?
I'm not sure, but Ea-nasir taking some early damage from the shot plus a couple of hits from the Slardar. Mid lane.
Oh, it's the other creeps. You know, it just hit it.
Yeah, it's the enemy. The enemy creeps going on. Oh, as we settle in for some lanes, some laning going on. It'd be interesting to see if Storm has a bit of a better time against the Necrophos, against the Tiny than the Necrophos.
Yes.
As it kind of
was
just
tough.
forced the Storm out of the lane by level 6, and it was pretty nasty from then on. And we're seeing not taking any deaths in the last game, as Ea-nasir gets very low again. Drow has got to be a bit careful in this lane because there's quite a lot of damage to be had from the Snapfire Slardar combo. As a Oracle roots a couple in this top lane. Okay.
Oh, Courier kill down bot. Very
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah, I managed to miss it, but unfortunately I was looking top lane. But again, I think this has happened in the last game as well. Kind of the lanes just settled down a lot.
Yeah.
And it was sort of post-laning phase, it all started to go a bit crazy. We had a bit of a brawl. So, might be a slower start, although I think this bot lane might be the one to watch in terms of the snapfire damage in the lane is quite nice, although lane pushing up quite a lot. And now Larry will just go straight under the tower, stun up Ea-nasir. They will get some damage on, but this Ice Shield is doing some nice work.
Yeah, the Ice Shield is
To
vital.
protect the Drow Ranger for now.
Still managing to do alright in the old last hits as well.
Yeah, not too bad at the start. Flowzone walks up a little far. Will take a few clicks from the Lich and the Drow, and does go down. That is first blood. Onto the Snapfire. Wandered just a touch too far up, and pays the price with their life.
Yeah, don't be too aggressive. Turns out Drow does quite a lot of damage.
Who would have seen it coming?
Not a snap.
Not
Well, with damage onto the sinking top. But
yeah, the wave's nicely pushing out for.
then run away.
It's bringing it towards their tower, which is quite nice for the offlaner. Currently, both water runes ignored. They're just favouring getting damage out as Peebo gets Seething a little low, but we'll just bottle up. Both bottles already out, and Seething will now wander down. No, sorry, Peebo will now wander down for the bottom rune, and Seething up to the top one, exchanging one each. Trying to speak sometimes is real difficult, eh? As Snapfire and Drow trading hits again. Both taking about an equal amount of damage as Larry wants to one
Oh.
up. The nice cookie
Oh,
onto two,
double
followed up by the
stun.
double stun, was very nice. But the damage from Ea-nasir is huge. Wurzag will probably go down, but not before Larry Llama goes down to Wurzag. Gets the kill and the XP. So
That's a nice Frost Blast.
that was lovely. A huge bit of burst damage coming out. And the Slardar goes down.
Got that second level in it. Made all the difference. Oh! Flowzone trying to get the kill, but managing to dodge the spells.
And now we'll take some damage of their own. Creeps.
Oh!
Do some blocking.
quite low
As,
again.
oh, now OG's look for something. But Larry needs to be a bit more careful, and Flowzone definitely can't hang around.
What's going on in this bot lane,
A
hey?
couple of clicks from Drow and might go down. As yeah, this damage from this Frost Blast is crazy. Top lane, less action so far. A bit of spells traded, but no one really getting particularly low currently.
She made fucking bangs.
Thank you
What
for the follow. Another
Winston the mouse
beansing.
just followed.
Much appreciated. There's 3 bots. So Peebo's rotated bot, and now Wurzag will go down. No, he won't.
He
Yes, he
lives.
will with
Oh, no,
one
he doesn't.
last hit. But Admiral Seething comes in with
At
a
what
double kill,
cost?
toss-up kill. Meanwhile, top lane, they get Y.O.S.O. So it's a 2-for-2 trade across the map. Lulu gets very low as well, but does survive. The Oracle not able to burst them down. But a nice rotation from the Tiny, just TPing in, and they were there on a plate to just toss up, stun up, and kill.
Oh man, Wurzag nearly got away as well. Very nearly.
Yeah, that one last hit just coming out from Peebo at the critical time. And now Ea-nasir needs to be a little careful, not flush for mana right now, and it feels like OGs are willing to run at them with the storm still
Peebo's
here.
down here again.
Come back for more. I think they want this kill on the Drow. As
Yeah.
Slardar looks behind the tower, will find the courier, which did have 2 clarities on for the carry, so we'll still be without mana for an extended period of time.
Yeah, and Peebo's off back. Not getting anything there. Did have a nice little lead on the Tiny, but that's not there anymore.
As he wanders back behind him. Gets some damage out, but not a lot doing. As Seething will just walk away. Y.O.S.O just gets level 5. Where are we at to? Yeah, Luna level 5 as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this Luna can accelerate a little bit as well. In the games we've played, I think mostly against or with Luna, it feels like the hero really needs to just like start doing stuff quite soon, gets moving quite early, but then even later in the game will do big damage as they go top lane. Wurzag getting very low, huge damage, a rotated 4 for OGs, and now it will be a triple kill for Lone Soldier. That's what we're talking about. That will be very nice for your Luna carry. That's a Morbid Mask onto the courier. 3
Triple
kills.
kill.
Nice rotation from the team to facilitate that triple kill. Who will now come straight through the portal and try and follow up onto the Drow as Wurzag will TP bottom.
Yeah, those
And
nice
Larry
rotations
Llama
in.
needs to be a bit careful. He's on the wrong side of the fight, but Ea-nasir was not expecting this 3-man rotation and does get caught very far up. Wurzag now gets pulled in, and all 4 of them will secure another double kill in the bot lane. So they take an 8-kill advantage and early 1k gold lead.
OG's not messing around now.
This feels like what they wanted with their lineup from last game, and this one is executing it just a touch better. As Lulu is alone in the trees, TP'd in I think to try and help.
Will be found.
Now will be found, burst down and killed by Peebo. And all the while, the Luna post triple kill sits in the top lane.
They're gonna hunt down this tower as well.
Yeah, so I think it all started with a setup from Sitout onto the Luna. I think that's what they were looking for when they rotated top with Wurzag and plus a couple. As Ea-nasir comes in and tries to find this Luna themselves, but they will just find Oracle on the back line. So get stunned up by Y.O.S.O, but they rotate in Peebo again.
Sick.
Wurzag is back on the side of the Lich, but yeah, they've
They've all just come back through the portal to defend as well.
there's five top for OGs now.
There's 10, all 10 top right now.
Can't quite get them all into the camera. Seething will look. It looks like pick up this this AD rune, which will be pretty huge if they want to engage right about now.
Need a Slardar for the creep.
They don't quite have swap up just about yet, so perhaps slowing it down just a touch.
Tiny still having a fantastic game mid. Not far off his blink. Well, he could be in trouble here. He's got 4 collapsing on top of him.
Yeah.
Rig comes out.
And
Pulse comes out.
The ult from the Snapfire as well to finish the job. And any damage that was done onto Peebo will now be healed up by the Oracle as well. It's a very early kill advantage going the way of OGs.
OG's getting the kills they need. They first ruined the Drow's day, and they ruined the Sand King's day. Now they've started to ruin the Tiny's day.
They completed all 3.
Oh.
That is so much damage from the toss, actually. Will be
One
healed up by
simple
Oracle
toss.
the same. Yeah, Titan doing well to keep up with the Luna, actually. Sand King's stun comes out onto the Luna. He's just trying to find Y.O.S.O, who does pop the Epicenter, but then the Eclipse! I don't think the Epicenter actually came off, because the Eclipse just shredded through the Sand King before it could even get any kind of damage.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't. It didn't. It still got it.
Still has it up, which is the saving grace of being absolutely annihilated by that. By the Eclipse.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and this time it's OGs grouping up. At least 4 of them together at a time.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah. Oh, as we have a pause, we can just take stock of what we got.
Yeah. Yes. Very dominant from OGs so far.
Yeah, feels very much like we have a sort of opposite of the last game, and like I said earlier, I feel like this is what OGs were looking for with that kind of brawly lineup, but they just got out brawled. Whereas this time it seems the other way around. And I think it's the impact of the Drow as much as anything else. Not that potentially that the Ea-nasir is playing Drow badly by any means, but the hero just feels like it does very little until it does a lot. And so you're kind of waiting for it to do a lot, and you've got to buy time for it to do a lot.
Never been great in those very early stages of the game, but I'm sure they'll understand when it changes.
Yeah.
a battle seeks resolution.
Because also just, struggling for last hits a little bit compared to, the Luna in particular, and behind both the other cores on their side as well.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's a bit behind as well in net worth.
Tiny's got to start making some plays here, but unfortunately, it's been gone on 5 heroes.
OG's just working as 5 now to take the outer towers and squeeze the map as much as possible.
Good old death ball.
Little circle comes out from the Snapfire as well, indicating they know that they're in that particular area in their jungle. So, pressure on the
off
spot
bot.
tower.
So it will be an outnumbered fight unless she TP's in.
Yeah.
Smoke comes out.
Yeah, they're smoking up, running up. Who will they find? They find two. They get a lovely double stun
avalanche.
toss onto the Snapfire, who goes down, but Peebo is able to get away just about from the epicenter.
That would have been great if they could have secured that kill. Well, they'll take one.
Yeah. And the
Gotta start somewhere.
epicenter pop is well worth it in exchange for potentially the storm kill as well, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, you got a couple more seconds
that.
of damage would have done it. So well
Need
worth
that
it.
extra stun or just something.
I think that's the blink reveal on potentially on the Tiny. I'm not sure if I've had it before, but Sanking also with a blink now as well. So
Yeah, I think they saw it before, but he'd used it defensively.
yeah, they can start making these kinds of plays where they blink in, double stun, follow up stun, toss.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the play, or even counter initiations as well. If OGs are running as 5, this is kind of the way to get around it, right? Is to use your triple stun if you include the Venge and start repositioning OG's heroes in ways they probably don't want. The only thing I find it hard currently to look past this this Luna because the Eclipse damage is just absolutely nutty.
Yeah.
So.
Bounce senses they're coming for and TP's out.
Yeah, good Spidey
senses. They've gone for the full Lucent Beam straight up, and it's maxed out. It's ready to go. Just disgusting, isn't it? It's so much damage.
Yeah, and as an offlaner, it really fucking sucks. To put it bluntly, it really sucks.
He's speaking from experience, by any chance.
Absolutely. I mean, you feel like you can walk up to her in the lane because it's just a Luna, right? And then she just pops ult when all your creeps are dead, and you just die.
Oh wait.
And you're me, so you're not clever enough to realize, oh, when my creeps die, I'm gonna get killed here. So you just that happens a couple of times, and then it's game over.
It's like a fight might be on the cards top.
Yeah,
5 heroes from Sitout.
All moving about up here. So,
sorry, 5 heroes from OGs.
Oh, I've opened the secret shop by accident. Yeah, they've rotated up. I think they want to try and put some pressure on this. This tier 2 up here.
Yeah, they need to keep their momentum going. They just kind of been running around for a bit.
Yeah, Y.O.S.O will set up the Sandstorm to try and destroy the Carti, which will buy the tower some time. I think they.
Drow is catching up.
I think they are aware of where Sitout are at the moment. Dust comes out and finds the Sand King, who will now walk away. I think both teams unsure of how to quite get into this fight, because in the meantime Tiny is pushing this mid lane in and splitting the map. Meanwhile, Drow will also force out this bottom lane as they go in mid onto the Lich. Not a bad kill, but also not the priority. But it does mean they can probably cut this wave mid and put some pressure on the top tower as well, although the Sand King has done another good job of cutting the wave. But with the dust up, does get spotted out this time, and now will be found and rooted up by the Oracle. Follow up, Peebo zips in but doesn't quite have the range. Y.O.S.O blinks back to base. Blinks back to base instead of away. Potentially accidental double tap on the blink instead of the correct direction. Unsure, but does blink.
Unless he thought he could juke him out by
maybe
running one way and blinking the other.
But they hadn't quite caught up that far. So unfortunately, either way, Y.O.S.O does go down. But we'll be back alive fairly soon. But this will give the opportunity for OGs to potentially put some pressure on his top tower. Although the wave has been saved by, well, the tower has been saved by the glyph as the wave has been cut. Yeah, so now they will try and put pressure onto this tier 2, although Luna not quite wanting to run up. Y.O.S.O once again back alive already, and now setting up for another sandstorm to just clear the creeps away and hide.
He's on his own though.
Yeah. I think just trying to de-push as best as possible, and I think in the meantime they have managed
doing work.
Yeah, they've managed to push in both these other lanes, so they are giving OG something to think about at the moment. Although, yeah, again, this wave will be cut mid by the Slardar. So it remains to be seen where they decide to go, but has done a good job, Y.O.S.O, of just stalling this push in the top lane. Although now we'll get caught out by the stun. Follow-up stun from the Storm,
detection.
but no detection, so we'll have to zip away. And Storm now with low mana and not really enough health to sustain that kind of fight. But now now it has forced them back into their base, which allows them to put pressure on both of these towers simultaneously.
Oh, this is nice.
So I think it's just we've got the pesky Y.O.S.O away, and now he can't clear this creep wave with his Sandstorm, and that means the top tower goes down. No last hit though, so the Dire collectively gets that one. And yeah, meanwhile the Drow doing the best that they can to catch up and put pressure on the other lanes.
It was going to be tough to catch up to Luna, but
OG's looks mid. Although TP back the Oracle to blast this wave. Protect the tier 2.
Yeah, I imagine they'll just do the same as they've just done.
Walked into a load of them.
Oh
no!
no!
Interrupt, but it's going to walk into 4, and that is going to be a free kill for the Luna. Mega kill streak for Luna now. 5-0, no deaths.
Starting to look like a juicy target.
Apologies for interrupting you, but Tiny just walking up the high ground into 4 of the opposition. And gets absolutely shredded.
I think they'll probably just do what they did top. Push out the bot tower. We're just gonna, switch sides.
Yeah. And in that rotation, they get a very valuable kill. So very profitable move so far.
Yeah.
For
Honey being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. So currently, Sitout on the back foot just a touch. 5 kills to 14 as we just passed the 20-minute mark. 3k advantage for OGs. What does Gaben say, do you reckon? Ooh.
Well, I've just looked, so 50, I won't guess. But it's kind of leveled out.
Yeah, it has leveled out quite a bit. It doesn't feel... Gaben doesn't feel there's as much of an advantage as there possibly should be. And I think that's probably a testament, actually, to the lack of net worth advantage.
Yeah.
Because the Drought has done a real good job of catching up.
They had a big stall, and they gained the advantage, and they pushed it a little bit, and then they just kind of didn't do much with it for a while. They've just picked a couple of towers up now, which is good.
Yeah.
Now they're going to get Roche. But yeah, you just need to keep the momentum up, not stagnate.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a slow Roche.
Yeah, not the quickest we've seen. But will go down eventually, and you'd imagine uncontested from the... As the Sitout favor getting the Tormentor and getting Wurzag's shard, which is a very nice shard. But I think you're also... I feel also that Sitout haven't quite got the team fight just together yet. Whereas in the previous game it was very well coordinated. I don't know if they've not really been given a good opportunity to fight as well 4 or 5 that has benefited their team. And perhaps having that happen.
It's very hard when you're on the back foot. If you're not initiating the fights, and there's less of a clear direction, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what they're suffering with a bit here. They're going to counter that by smoking up and taking the fight to them. They've nullified the net worth advantage whilst the Roche was being taken. Yeah. They've just been farming and back down to 1k.
They
big silence.
Get the silence out into the Storm Spirit, and big damage coming out from Ea-nasir. The uphill miss might impact it. Peebo instead zips in aggressively and gets damage out onto the Drow and stays alive. Still alive now. The Snapfire ult coming out does have the Aegis, so will stay alive. And now
the Lich Ult's
oh, the Lich Ult is just absolutely shredding Larry. Hits the Spire that he got from the Tormentor, and that is Larry down. But they do get the Drow in exchange, but the Aegis was also popped. So
yeah.
An interesting fight going down.
It was a very interesting fight.
I always thought Peebo was crazy there to sit back in with no health, but then I forgot that the Aegis was there.
Yeah, he has the Aegis. I mean, I thought the opposite. I thought that the Drow, like, if you're hitting someone and they're running away, and then they stop running away, it probably means you shouldn't be hitting them anymore.
Yeah. Oh, now Venge gets
That's-
spotted out.
That's a tough pick, that.
And will go down as well. So it's sort of unraveling a little bit for Sitout here at the present moment.
Yeah, the gust, though, to initiate that fight on the Drow
Yeah, it was very,
Very
nice.
nice.
And
seems to last forever. How long? 5 seconds.
yeah, give Storm something to think about in these fights again, just like last game. I think
Yeah.
he just had quite a lot to think about. But
He's got his BKB queued up.
yeah, doesn't want to suffer that one
Got
again
that
if
being an
possible.
issue.
But yeah, Y.O.S.O doing Y.O.S.O things again under the tower, so to de-push the wave.
Drow very much announced their presence there. The amount of damage.
Yeah.
100 to 0, really, on the Storm. With the help of one lit Q.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes. Oh, and lovely blinks.
Yes. The dust did miss, but
They will take that middle tower for free, which means they have now got all the outer towers, and high ground is all that is left for OGs to try and breach.
Slardar going in deep,
Yeah, Larry Llama might be in a bit of a pickle here.
fighting 2.
Although the toss and the silence do both come out, even though he's up
Not
in
the
the air.
two
he's
you
not-
wanna
he's not
find,
into
but
it.
now
Although
Storm's
Storm is in, but has very little mana, is now completely out of mana. But Ea-nasir will pop and go down, but Storm will likely follow. Although just enough to zip away from the time, but the stun comes out at the last moment, and Flowzone will be there. Will he be able to finish up the tiny? No, the creep's blocking. One more buckshot. Oh, the blink from Seething gets away, and the tiny.
And meanwhile,
TP's
big fight bottom with all the other heroes. Nothing happened.
Oh, ideal. I'm glad I followed that bit of play then instead of the main fight. Very nice.
There was some spells cast, some right clicks out on the Luna, but no one died.
Yeah, ultimately a beneficial fight again for Team Sitout, because that storm going down is quite huge. Although OG is still confident without it to just walk up to this high ground, and they're doing a lot of damage to Seething at the moment.
Yeah.
But
There's no eclipse for 50 seconds or so. That was used.
as the Oracle does Oracle things, and healing is done.
Oh yeah, it's got the shard.
The
Rain
of
Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still kind of on a knife edge, this one. You feel like OGs should have a bit of a bigger advantage with the way they've squeezed the map, but credit to Sitout, they've managed to get the most out of it from what they've had access to. And in the last couple of fights, managed to get an exchange in kills that ultimately, while their carry has gone down, has ultimately benefited them. As Peebo and Seething will find each other here. The silence comes out onto the storm. You get swapped in, pulled in, and killed. And that is another huge kill for Sitout as the lead only goes to 1k. Vi also coming in to help will go down, and Larry Llama is left to run away. Although Seething, well, I think he fancies this, having a look for it. As
He got blocked by the Luna illusions.
well, that's a
Cost him his life.
lovely fight for Sitout. Less than 1k advantage now. It's
Yeah,
swinging, it's
Storm's
swinging
not going to
back.
want to fight again until he's got that BKB online.
Yeah, he's just getting caught out too often.
Now he knows they can kill him within the 5 and 6 second silence from the Drow.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous to go alone. Yeah, the Oracle ult wasn't up either. That would have been huge.
Yeah, I think also potentially just like out of range as well. Very aggressive move from the Storm as well. Have been a couple of those. I think the one top lane as well was kind of bold with the lack of mana to just yeah, go up and eventually cost them their life. But we've still got a game in our hands. Nearly 30 minutes in now, and looks like OGs will group up and get this Tormentor down. And that will go to the Snapfire.
A little extra healing.
And a little bit
Help
of
that Storm Spirit out.
yeah, and Mortimer's kisses too. from the...
Yeah, Sitout done fantastically well to get themselves back in this game. And Canada now online for Tiny. That's going to make things a lot more difficult
Yeah.
for a number of the heroes.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you got Bloodstone Sand King, obviously Double Blink we knew about already, and you got Manta Hurricane Pike completed, so that helps the Drow out massively. So able to reposition when getting jumped, which will be really, really nice. Meanwhile, you've got double BKBs for Larry and for Lone Soldier. So Luna and Slardar at the moment, which are also very nice. Yeah, just need to get that BKB, which is nearly there for the Storm Spirit.
I think
I think it's on the courier currently.
I think a little bit of an issue that might come up for OGs here is they're suffering from success in the sense that the only objectives they have left is Roche and the base. And Roche isn't up, so they are going to go for the base. When really, what they should maybe do, I don't know, is just farm.
Yeah.
They need to wait for Roche for sure.
Might not be waiting very long. We'll have to see.
But they're going to feel like they need to go high ground here.
They're going to be waiting a long time.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily true.
Yeah. I feel like the other option is to try and set a trap for one of these heroes that comes out to push a side lane on the side of Sitout, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Sand King and the Drow have both been doing a real good job of forcing these other lanes back, which means that they've got something to think about. It's like it's not necessarily a bad idea to try and set, especially if it's a Sand King, right? Because then you might be able to get high ground just off the basis of the lack of a stun and epicenter.
TPing heroes back now to defend this bot tower.
That not being available might be the difference, you know.
Yeah.
So there's also that option. It might not seem valuable at the time, but could be very valuable for the high ground push if you got it immediately. But it might be a one for after Roche. But Roche will not be up for a while, so yeah. They're going to go have a look for it all the same, but it isn't there. And will not be there for some time, unfortunately. So someone could go and push out this top wave, most likely. That would be quite nice. But they are still... Yeah, here we go. They're going through the portal.
The Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
And yeah, see, the Drow is up here. But I think sees them go to the wave and then just
need to
gets
find
walk away.
You need to find it. I mean,
Yeah, a little Christus online and now going for their own BKB. But, yeah, now I see the same again for Sitout. Seething is pushed out and pushed in this mid lane, and just another lane that it feels like OGs will have to go back and push out themselves before they can go high ground.
Sitout getting so much out of this map that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They have no outer towers.
And Drow's just been, it's literally just been farming this top wave whenever it pushes round, and then just taking these ancients, you know, nipping up into the triangle.
This storm needs to be hitting creeps.
Yeah. It's falling.
The overload would be fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of items on Storm that would be great. The cheeky little eggs wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah.
The BKB's online now, at least, so...
Yeah, the BKB, I think I saw in the chat as well, Ashwin's saying, like, I completely agree, with the BKB reveal, they really need to try and win as soon as possible, because as soon as you know that he's got it, you can try and play around it.
Yeah.
And as soon as that duration on that BKB gets lower, compared to the Drow's duration on the silence.
Yeah.
So we'll
I
see.
think the right choice to go for an Aegis first, though, I reckon.
Yeah.
Get that online. Then, try and break this high ground.
As they
We'll have the Roshan's banner.
Give it to the Luna, who still hasn't died in this game. 5-0 on Lone Soldier currently. But Sitout get a 1k advantage in the net worth. And also, For the first
Central
time
dust.
since 10 minutes in, almost, they are Gaben's favoured team in this game.
Well, they've got the net worth lead as well.
Yeah. As here comes Peebo onto the Sand King.
Jump onto the Sand King.
BKB from the Sand King.
away.
And does get away, but yeah, BKB popped, which you presume will not be then available for a high ground defense, providing
Definitely more value than losing the Sand King though. So
yes,
great escape.
for sure. Very nice. I imagine the keyboard was hit with ferocity there. If I was like Sand King, I might need a break after this game just to check my trousers.
Just to repair the keyboard.
And repair the keyboard, yeah. Because that was out of nowhere. Oh, they're going in. They found this Oracle on the back line, so that is a huge pickoff. And now Luna is in big trouble. BKB's up, and now the Eclipse comes out. And they do get Wurzag in return, but Luna will go down, I think, before the full Eclipse completes. Peebo gets silenced, but just managed to TP out. And now Lone Soldier saving Private Ryan. Get out of there. Toss in! Oh, the toss in epicenter is lovely onto the Snapfire.
Incredible.
Luna TP's out as well, so they've done well to get their 2 cores out. And I think the Snapfire will go down as well. And it might just be support for support trade. But in the end, they do both. They do trade 2 for 2. And I think both teams not actually too unhappy with how that fight has ended up.
I think of your OGs, you're unhappy with that.
I don't know. You've still got. Oh, did you lose Aegis? Ah, yeah. No, it is definitely worse.
Yeah.
And now Y.O.S.O's looking for more. Peebo definitely bumped into them then. Y.O.S.O's literally following, I think, Peebo. Now gets the stun up, and now Seething will come in with the stun and the silence follow up, and that now is really, really bad for OGs. 50 seconds of the Storm dead with no buybacks.
Oh, jeez.
That toss epicenter was was crazy. I love that. That was a lovely play.
Luna's got some work to do.
Yeah, I think that's
Luna's got some real work to do.
That is I guess the one saving grace you've got for Luna here is that the D push is quite immense. So yeah, quite a bit, and the lanes are still nicely forced out. Because Sitout still need to get some of these out of towers, although they're quickly remedying that problem. This damage from the Tiny, by the way.
It's the candor.
It is the candor.
The
It's
candor.
such a nutty amount of damage with just a blink and a candor. It's quite remarkable. So we'll see what.
He's got another shield rune as well.
Oh God!
Just a casual 2,000 damage barrier
Bloody hell!
before you even get to hurt him.
Yeah. It's now Sitout probably feeling pretty good about this. Pretty good about this at the moment. We'll rotate round to take this final tier 2. Clawed their way back into this game really nicely, and now Gaben is really favouring them. 74% win probability.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not sure how they win from here, to be honest. His Tiny is terrifying. His Drow is terrifying, and the Sand King's playing out of his skin.
Yeah. Y.O.S.O has carried on from last game. He was cooking
Yeah,
then,
for
and
sure.
he's cooking now. As they will stand on the little glacier and plink down this tower. We'll walk down it again now. And try and get
OG's a
some
little
damage.
slow to react too. Late on the TPs.
Yeah, the stun, the counter stun from Lich onto Peebo is huge, but he
great save.
does just get the BKB and the Oracle ult off, so now Seething in big trouble, goes down. That will be the first casualty of this fight. Ea-nasir also popping with no buyback.
Storm lives.
And it's 3 kills. Storm did survive, and they get the Luna out, and they get 4. Y.O.S.O, the last man standing on this side. Storm surviving as well is crazy. Sand King, nice TP out of the high ground. But that high ground push, they committed so much just to get the tier 3 tower, and then You said they arrived late, but they're better late than never in that particular
Yeah.
case.
And that's answered my question of how they win. They take fights like that. The Oracle save on the Storm Spirit, so pog.
Yeah, huge. Matt
So
allowed him to
pog.
get the BKB off as well, and just actually get
Not
damage off.
only did it allow him to live, but to get like 3 kills.
Yeah,
There's so much damage out.
that was
Completely changed the
the
fight.
combo they were looking for, and now they're just waiting for these creeps because they want to push up this high ground. No buyback on the Drow. They do have it on the Tiny, but will be alive in 10 seconds. I guess
Yeah,
that's
not
the
gonna be long
benefit from
before they're up.
Sitout, is that you've got your cooldowns on your death timers are about equivalent to the time it took for OGs to push back across the map, but you've sort of landed yourself back in the situation you were in, say, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're back to where we were.
And this Luna, well, the Luna and the Drow are just Luna is just getting out a massive amount of damage with the Satanic online as well now.
Dota has a gem. I'm not sure if we picked that up already or not.
He had it in the last fight, I think, because I saw it on him afterwards. A Glacier popped.
Could make a lot of difference.
Glacier popped a little early, maybe. As the creeps are not quite there yet. Yeah,
I don't think it's got.
not that long of a cooldown.
It's like 20 seconds.
They see them down there. I think they really want the Drow. If the Drow was
Drow's the one they need.
yeah, didn't have
They
backup.
need to get that
And
kill.
they proved in the last fight that they could out damage her.
I'm gonna see Sanking there, but he is quick-fingered.
Yeah. BKB now online for the Tiny, which Ashwin identified as the major issue in the last fight for his team. So we'll see. Should make a bit of an impact, yeah, because it allows him to just live. Already a beefy lad.
Man, this game's so close.
Yeah, it feels feels very tense at the moment. There is and OGs in particular need to be extremely careful, because this could be the difference between them making upper and lower bracket as it stands. As Sitout 1-0 lead so far. They're looking for the Sanking bot lane, I think, because which is something I was suggesting earlier. As Slardar comes out and gets the stun out, gets the silence off as well, but then the BKB pop from the Sanking and the invis, but he will have to walk out of it, and the rest of the heroes will be there. The nice Lotus Orb to reflect a couple of the stuns, but ultimately they don't really care in the end, because they just have so many of them.
The kill is all that matters, and now that opens up the high ground.
Yeah, and Sanking,
That
you would
opens up
think,
the high ground massively.
does have to buy back, you would think, in this particular engagement. And OGs could probably force it, and then...
It's still tough even without the Sand King, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll buy back.
Now the Roshan's banner is down in the middle. Peebo with a very aggressive zip in onto the Lich.
BKB, there it is.
Now BKBs, but almost gets cleaved down by the Tiny. Does go down, especially from the... Oh, lovely Sanking ult. Epicenter on the back lines. It does massive damage. And I don't know... Oh my god. Luna ult. Sorry, I've lost track of what's going on. Vi ults himself in the end. And now all three cores are dead on the side of OGs, and it will most likely be 4. Ultra kill for Ea-nasir. The buyback and dieback from the Sand King was huge. Managed to get his epicenter off, and Tiny bought buybacks as well.
Yeah, Tiny and Lich. 3 buybacks. And the Sand King dead, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get much. Especially with only 30 seconds on 2 of the cores.
Yeah.
I think you're happy with that as OGs.
Yeah, with the buybacks.
If they can get away without buying back on anyone, then they'll be fine with that.
Yeah, Drow.
Because then they can just do that again, and next time that's racks.
Yeah.
At least.
Drow does still have buyback. I don't know if they just didn't use it in the last fight, or whether they didn't have it.
Drow didn't die, did she?
Oh, did she stay alive?
I think she stayed alive.
Oh yeah.
I thought that she had gone down, but it was the Lich that went down.
Yeah. It got very frantic, and it got Drow got a 10 kill
surprisingly
streak
similar.
from the Luna. The Luna's first death of the game, I believe. 10-1 now.
Even if the Tiny doesn't have buyback, I think he might have Aegis.
Yes.
They're
Although
going to give it to Drow.
Drow
Goes on the
currently,
Drow.
yeah, does pick it up. Tiny with the cheese instead.
And there's a refresher,
Who has taken the refresher?
which
At the moment,
at the moment is on the Venge.
Yeah, I wonder if they want to give
I
it to
think it
Lich.
might be going the way of the Sand King.
Ah, yes. Good shout. Would be a great shout. Yeah, it was a really nice epicenter. Obviously, died in the build-up to that fight prior in the bot lane, and then the buyback expended, and obviously a dieback in the end, but did some crazy damage onto the back lines. But yeah, OG's, I think, ultimately very happy with how that has gone so far. But probably not so happy with losing the Aegis. Might be quite a... That's quite a good grab. The Sitout. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been better to give it to Tiny, the Aegis, one of the cores that you've, that doesn't have buyback, or do you think it's better to just have this Drow because of the amount of damage she outputs? I guess. I just don't know. I feel like Seething's the one going in there and getting things done.
I think it depends on what you want to do. If you're going to use it defensively, then probably best on the Tiny. But if you want to use it aggressively, Drow has so much more damage.
It looks like they're going to be
like
aggressive.
the buyback, you're not be able to get in.
Oh, they found
there
Storm.
if you're on the other
nice
side
zip.
of the map.
Nice zip away. Just about spotted out the Tiny, and will now
All the
return
way
to
out of there.
base.
Yeah, so even if the Tiny did have buyback or whatever, you're not necessarily able to get back over to the other side of the map. So,
Oh, the graph.
oh my goodness,
It's flip-flopping around quite a lot.
Gavin can't make his mind up.
Yeah. Zalpa in the chat. I feel like if Drow dies with Aegis, she's likely to die a second time, but if Tiny dies with Aegis, he's still a massive roadblock when respawning. So there is that element as well. I guess because the Drow, yeah, if they've already got onto you to kill you once, then they might have the follow-up stunts to get you a second time, but it does depend on the rest of the team as well.
It might just be to protect from the storm zipping in, because I think if they're, as I say, if they're being aggressive with it and not fighting in their base, then a storm has a bit of an easier time getting on the back lines.
Just picked up the Ags as well on Storm.
Oh, huge.
Which is huge.
Huge.
And looks like Scardy is going to be next up for Luna as well. Drow has managed to catch up. That one death is...
Yeah.
A couple of good fights. I think it was a triple kill for the Drow as well. It's really helped.
Now popping off right now.
Yeah, I think Snapfire was building Refresher. I'm not sure about that one either. That's where the chat has got that from. Yeah, not sure.
Yeah. All this time I just completely overlooked the Luna. In that fight on the high ground bottom, it did so much damage.
Yeah, the Eclipse is just it's just nutty.
And now we're back to where we were about 10 minutes ago again.
Yeah. As it looks like
For the second time. They've got a big push on the wave top lane.
Yeah,
Might just be a case of both teams running away here.
Yeah, Y.O.S.O's gone back to deal with the top lane.
Match the Tormentor.
That's a Sand King shard. Okay, we're nearly 50. We're almost to 50 minutes in this one. First game didn't make it past 40, so it's on a bit of a knife edge this one at the moment. Both teams happy to
a lot closer too.
Take a lot of time to think about what they want to do here. I guess if you're OGs, even though you probably feel like you have a bit of a map advantage, you don't want to really push into Aegis if you can help it. And Sitout probably...
That's it. I think you just wait. You just wait. Let that Aegis expire. Try and get more out of the map than the other team. Only got 10 seconds left on the Aegis though, so you can start making plays now.
The Luna
they
is
are
absolutely
doing.
stacked, isn't she? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That is some serious damage.
Yeah, nearly got the butterfly on Drow though, which is massive.
Thank you very much, Kieran, for the raid. I presume that the previous game, one of the previous games is over. So much appreciated for sending the lads over here. To those who are just joining from the raid, Team Sitout 1-0 up in this series. We are in game 2.
Find the Sand King top. Sand King getting caught out.
Does go down again. No buyback,
Dead
correct?
for 80 seconds, no buyback. Not sure how much they'll get from that. Sorry, carry on.
No worries. Just introing for those who have just joined us. And it looks like, yeah, Team Sitout. So Team Sitout are 1-0 up, but OG's looking to fight back in this one. Going a bit longer than game 1, was only 40 minutes long. And Sitout just outbrawled them in that one. But this one has been a lot more even. If you just take a look at the graph, this kind of tells you the story from those who have just joined us. It's kind of gone like this. And now we are just waiting for that fight. We are just waiting for that fight that might decide this game. And I think both teams have a good shout of being able to take it positively, so sit tight.
Right.
Sand King going down has allowed Lone Soldier to be confident enough
Luna
to
just
run
going
up.
for it.
Oh, taking so much damage from the Drow. Needs to be careful. Gets the lovely ult from Oracle. But and they've jumped in, and that is Wurzag down. That is a dieback as well onto the Lich. And Larry Llama goes down in return, but now the ult comes out from the Luna, and that's huge damage. Ea-nasir needs to be very, very careful.
Drow in trouble on the back lines.
The Aegis is gone, so there's no defense of that. They do have buyback on both their cores and their Venge. Feel like you need to expend them, although they're happy with just the Drow buyback. They did lose their Storm as well. Buyback on the Slardar. Larry buying back as well.
They want to force this.
Yeah,
They want to force this.
DP's
Storm
in.
did great work in that fight just to get on the back lines. Managed to take down the Drow before he died.
And now Luna will walk up
Luna's
again.
going to do what Luna does.
Yeah. Oh, the damage from the Drow Ranger. They buy back on the Tiny. Now you would think they would try and get out, but the lovely swap from Lulu. And Luna is in very deep, but Drow doing massive damage on the back
Oracle
line.
ulted up.
Yeah, Oracle ult coming off. And now Seething trying to get as much damage on. Silence up on the Luna. Will go down eventually.
Luna's dead.
They're only the dieback for the Venge then in the end of that fight. As Sand King went down again twice. TP out not quite going off of the Snapfire either. And now Larry will run away because he will die back if he doesn't get out of there. And does blink away in the end. Free for free trade overall. But buybacks being expended on each side. Ea-nasir on the Drow and Seething on the mid-tiny. The big ones in that one. But necessary for the defense of defense of the high ground for Team Sitout. And all they got was a tier 3. But quite still a decent fight, you would say, for OGs. They have a bit more of a net worth advantage just from these buybacks being expended. But
Yeah, that's it.
Gaben still favors Sitout.
That was the other 2 buybacks, right? So
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's timed quite well because now if they fight again, the other 3 bought back earlier might be able to buy back again.
Yeah, I mean Sand King has it, but no gold. And the same with the Lich. It is just the 3 expended in that fight that won't be available, providing they take the fight within the next 5-6 minutes.
Oh, they need to have a longer cooldown on buyback or something. I don't know. This next Roche is going to be massive.
Yeah. Drow Ranger TPing home. I think they sense that OGs might be looking to wrap to this Roche, and he was a little bit out of position. Yeah, Radiant need to play very, very carefully now. The team sit out.
OGs have been doing the right thing, taking these fights, forcing the buybacks, but it's not quite. If they get an extra kill in either of the last 2 fights, I think different story. They'll have the Aegis going into the next one, so that's a change of the storyline we've had so far. The Aegis normally being on Sitout.
I think the key again
in
this top lane fight was the Oracle save on the Luna. Just she had no business after being swapped back in surviving that fight, and yet she did for a very long time, long enough to get a nice eclipse off and then just deal a huge amount of
got
damage.
out as well. I mean,
I think, like you say, with the storm on causing a bit of havoc on the backlines.
That's it. It just getting on that drow, causing the panic and the run away, opens up the space for the Luna to stand and hit. I think Luna could have done more to hit the buildings. Felt like they probably could have got racks there. If she just hit buildings and let the Moonglaive go, then there's potential of more there. But did well to get the kills that they did. They are right to think that they need to go now. They need to fight whilst the buybacks are still on cooldown and not available.
Favors Sitout. 8k advantage in the gold, but still favors Sitout. Does he know something? Probably. He probably knows
once
many
again
things.
goes high ground.
Yeah, this time with Aegis protection, so. And they can probably, and it means they can save the Oracle if necessary.
Oracle's got Refresher Shard as well, so 2 saves.
That is nice.
Tower goes down.
As they Lotus Orb up the Luna, gets a stun out onto the Venge, which is nice, and now we'll just push through to this down. Walks up the high ground, gets Venge stunned, which bounces to Larry. Larry does have to be careful, he does not have buyback, and that Lich chain is cancelled by the Oracle, which is very nice. Luna now getting stunned up again, will be Lotus Orbed once again, now pushing
Join the
into...
slow siege.
Yeah, pushing into the buildings, and Luna won't mind that one bit. We'll just take one lane of racks. Meanwhile, Peebo just whacking this racks as well. Bit by bit chopping it down as a bit of drow damage comes out to clear the wave as much as anything else, but now zipped out. The fear comes out and the nice lich ult as well, and a lovely little epicenter stun, and now that they go. Admiral Seething in onto Flowzone, gets the kill onto the Snapfire, lovely little swap back in.
Huge save on the Luna as well again.
And Vi gets the ult off once again, but will Luna survive this Oracle ult? Has been hit by so many bits of the lich ult, it'll be a wonder if he survives, and now is the last man standing on his team. And you would think there is no remaining lads to save you. And that is a huge fight for Sitout. They do, like you say, they do get the racks in the end. But without that Oracle seconds, I think he popped the Refresher Shard, but they just hunted him down once the Luna was dead the first time.
Yeah, you can see his ult's up, so he obviously didn't get it off.
And what you would say about these lanes as well is that they... They were pushed in nicely for Sitout, so it was only this bot lane that they really had to worry about, and that's where they're running up. A 10k overall gold swing by the looks of the fight recap, and oh my god, the graphs again. Anyway, back to the mid lane as
siege begins.
It looks like OGs will try and hold buybacks if they can.
I don't think they can.
Flowzone will do what they can, although Y.O.S.O is now linked in. Although Y.O.S.O will potentially get pulled in by the storm. Lots of damage coming out, but won't be able to secure it with the Lotus Orb save as well. And now the lane of racks will go down. Oh no, one last hit away. Don't finish it off. They instead prioritize the bottom lane. Never mind, lads. They do
Let
get
the
it
creeps do the work
in the end. Now the glyph will come out. So Tiny just hitting this building for the sake of it. But it will get shredded because Drow is here.
Yeah,
and that's big damage.
Stick around for
a bit of lag for me here.
Yeah.
So everybody's walking on the spot right now. Oh, connection issues. Oh no.
Oh, going in deep on 2-2. They get the Drow down, and they get the Tiny is going to go down. Yes, but they will get the Storm in return, and that's a dieback on the Storm. But it's also a dieback. Big Lich ult. Big Lich ult. They managed to get away. Lich is going to go down to the Luna. Or not.
Oh, diebacks.
They'll come back for that one.
Lots of diebacks. They get the storm dieback, but it's lots of diebacks. I am back now. Apologies to everybody on the stream. They were all walking on the spot for me for a moment. And it is just
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can. We can hear you. I can hear your cast.
So, yes.
Yeah, talk me through what happened. We heard
What
you.
happened?
We heard you cast it, but we couldn't see it. So just
What happened was they finished off the rack spot and were backing out into the triangle, and Storm and Luna managed to chase in. There was a big ice, the vortex onto both the Drow and the Tiny, and managed to get them down with the Luna glaives bouncing between them. But the Storm did go down within that. Drow does have buyback again now.
Oh,
Feel like it's needed. She does buy back.
Eclipse popped already. I think they will probably try and walk away
Yeah.
now.
Too many buybacks.
Yeah.
Too many buybacks.
So
This game is now all about how managing buybacks and making sure you have the numbers. You need to wait for the storm.
yeah. Without the buybacks, it's pretty tough. Without buyback on the Storm anyway. Larry will have his backup as well now, and they've still got it on the Luna. But yeah. Drow with a 7-minute cooldown on theirs. Tiny has buyback as well now.
Oh, does the cooldown go up, does it? Or is that...
I don't know. I've not bought back enough of my games. We just tend to lose before I buy back more than once.
I don't know how that works.
Well, tier 5s will be up in about 10 seconds time. And once again, I'd like to apologise for the issue with the stream. I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know if the stream itself actually dropped or just my Dota just shit itself for some reason. But hey, we're back.
That was very unfortunate timing.
It was unfortunate timing. Pretty critical fight we've just missed, but never mind.
To be honest, I almost missed it myself because I thought they were out and I thought it was just going to be base defense, and then I see they got 2. And yeah, the Drow and Tiny caught next to each other. And the Snapfire roll onto both of them was a lot of damage. Tiny gets the Stygian Desolator. Quite terrifying.
Yeah.
Drow picking up the Mirror Shield. Not sure what that's going to do for her anymore. The Storm has the Ags. That's not a single target. I guess maybe the Corrosive Haze or the Lucent Beam here and there. Might have just not had any better options. I like the pickup of Force Boots for Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
And a much better pickup of the Mirror Shield on the side of Snapfire. A few more spells to reflect.
Yeah, just waiting for Luna to choose hers. I've been studying this screen intently, but
although is reflecting the Sand King stun gonna like mess you up? It's gonna put you in the middle of the fight when you don't want to be necessarily. Could get a reflected Lich ult. That would be huge. He doesn't see that one before they.
yeah, I think Luna's gone Mirror Shield as well.
Yeah. Very, very good pickup.
So yeah, Luna and Snapfire both Mirror Shielded. Seer Stone.
Ranking's got a Book of the Dead, Book of Shadows even, which is going to prove very handy, and a Seer Stone for these Oracle saves. Going to make his life a lot easier. Oh, shout out to the Oracle, honestly. Some really lovely saves.
Yeah. Yeah, some fights where the Luna has had no business in surviving. She has survived because of the plays of the Oracle. Because it's not just about getting the spells off, but also the positioning to avoid being counter-initiated upon.
Yeah.
Done really well to avoid that and actually be effective with the spells.
Both teams trying to play this very safe. Any mistake now could be a big one. Here's His Roche is up, and he's bottom. He's got a Refresher Shard, which I'm sure they'll give to the Oracle again. So that is the most value. We can get it off.
Doesn't look like they're going for it. They're pushing
Oh.
up into towards the Tormentor and the Wisdom Rune that's just sitting
Not
there.
bothered by it.
And it looks like Sand King will instead scout out the Roche. Or is in the area, but I don't think is actually having a look. Has the overwhelming blink right now. I mean, just flicking back to this net worth right now, briefly. We're so late in the game that all of the numbers are inflated. As we look bottom lane, Luna has walked up to the high ground and said, "I'll have your racks, please," and just get out of there. Lotus Orb on. One single barrack, please. And the Radiant side obliges. Will be no follow-up for that particular one.
That's one more. One less thing to worry about. This is the point in the game where I wish I'd gone for the toilet.
And I'm glad that I did. I'm very glad that I did.
You're joking about a 90-minute game, but... Oh. 60-minute item check request in the chat.
I've got them up.
Excellent.
What have we got? Well, actually, I noticed that Slardar has an MKB, and I assume that is because the Drow has a Butterfly, and that is correct.
Yes.
So that's probably the key pickup. Finished Daedalus as well for the Drow since last. Yeah, anything else you want to point out from here? Refresher Storm Spirit. Refresher Snapfire.
Arcanist armor on the Venge is very tasty.
Yeah. And Larry sticking with the Mindbreaker. They must have all tier 5s by now, but Mindbreaker for a little bit of silence.
What's the refresher for on Storm Spirit? Am I missing something?
Double stun? Question mark.
Is it for the overload?
Or maybe for double overload. With Luna might be very, very nice.
Were they waiting for this to go top? So it has the Ags on?
Possibly. Refresher for BKB and stun, yeah, double BKB. Makes sense. Again, into the Drow silence as well, right? Thanks again to the chat.
Are they going to give this to the Oracle? Oh, Tiny in on the back lines onto
yeah, and
the
Wurzag has come in
Slardar.
as well, pulled in the Luna, and now the ult is bouncing between all three. Eclipse comes out, but this ult is still bouncing around. Who's picked up the Aegis? I don't think anybody
Aegis
has.
on the floor.
I think it's still on the deck, and Y.O.S.O is there. Whereas Larry Llama gets shredded on the sidelines as Ea-nasir is just absolutely whomping them from the side. And they double buy back and TP in. Vi on the Oracle has had to use the ult on themselves, and meanwhile, but the side of Sitout is getting
Luna's
shredded in
doing work.
counter because Luna is just picked up the Aegis and come into the fight heavy.
So many buybacks.
And now
Five buybacks.
5x expended all round. Huge gold
3 on
trades.
each team.
What does Gaben say? Still sit out 65%.
I think after all of that, not much has changed.
It's a 22k lead for OGs, but Gaben still believes in the sit out hype.
They got 2 more buybacks to come. It's going to increase that net worth lead.
The Luna just did so much damage that fight. It was so hard to keep track of how splintered it was, and before I can talk about it, we're in again, as I think I might be lagging once again, so I need to hand over to you, Mark.
It's okay, they're backing up. It's
Okay.
right.
What is happening?
I'm so glad they're backing up.
What is happening? Like, everything else is fine. The stream is completely fine.
Tiny is now chasing in deep. He might catch out the Oracle. Lich ult coming out on between the Luna, but Lich goes down. Sand King's taking a lot of damage from the Storm Spirit. Luna is going to lose Aegis, but takes the Tiny down before she does.
Dieback
now in trouble. Aegis does get popped. Slardar might go down.
And that
They
gives...
just can't take this flipping Drow down.
Yeah, the Luna Death Timer.
He's invincible.
The Luna Death Timer meant that the Drow just survived. Oh my god, diebacks all round. Rampage! For the Drow! And all are dead on the side of OGs. And Drow survives on like 400
How did the Drow
HP.
Drow just stood on the high ground, just punching.
Yeah,
How
I
does
think
that happen?
the Luna going down actually was huge because it meant that
Yeah.
there was just no damage to finish off the Drow, even though she was super low right at the end of the fight. And now, I mean, this is a 2v2. Everyone else
This is
dead.
a very honest 2v2. Carry and support.
Yeah, although you want your Drow to probably heal up just a touch before the Satanic has arrived,
have
so no
Satanic.
worries about that.
Does
Oh,
have
the swap
Satanic.
in onto the Snapfire. This
Oh,
could
and
be a
that
huge
fourth
kill.
to get called out. Oh, Ghost Scepter is lovely.
Ghost Scepter,
And a
4-star
blink.
blink.
Yes.
Oh, lovely dodge. And Luna does eventually have to buy back, and they do move back now, because there are creeps pushing their top lane, although the Roshan's banner to D-push rather than
they're
to
back.
push.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a time for it to fucking die again.
These fights are so even. They're so even. There's really nothing in it. Everyone's got 5 minutes on buyback. Apart from a couple of 7-minute ones.
Yeah, the last two. Oh my god. And now both teams will have to D-push again.
Yeah. The Ags did go the way of the Oracle, by the way.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say before I panicked that your stream was lagging.
It's crazy that the Dota just kicks me out, but the
It
stream
knows what's coming.
the stream is absolutely fine. So who knows what's going on, lads? Apologies.
Okay,
for
next time you get kicked out, we know that a big fight is coming. Right. I don't know if people were level 30 before that. But Luna's level 30 now, as is Drow.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of damage that these two heroes alone are outputting is absolutely crazy. Was it so? The reason that Drow didn't die prior to the Luna going down was it uphill miss? Because she was like,
I mean, it
up
could
on the
well
high
have been.
ground and she was
It might
down
have just
downhill?
been. It might have just been butterfly miss.
Yeah, also butterfly miss. I mean, Luna thinks so. It's queued up the MKB themselves now, so.
But either way, I think it must have been miss. The Satanic is a lot of lifesteal, so that definitely plays its part. She didn't pop Satanic; it was just the passive lifesteal.
I think the Satanic wasn't there. I think we saw that get shipped out post-fight.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Oh.
Because I think that what came on the
She must
courier
have had
when
like
she
a
was
morbid mask or something.
Yeah,
She was
yeah, there's
lifestealing.
some lifesteal going on, yeah, for sure.
Um,
Oh, and Venge Vlads.
but yeah, there was two. Was it there's Slardar and the Snapfire wailing on her and just couldn't take her down.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the Slardar must have missed a lot of attacks, although he does have the MKB, so
Yeah.
OG's smoked up.
Oh, there's going to be
but
another fight
they'll
here. so
have the
prep
low
yourselves.
ground on this fight.
Yeah, and they don't fancy it. Blinking away, straight away.
Yeah. Delta split going in all directions.
Lich with the blink pick up now to try and find some of the end. The Luna just needs to be very, very careful now.
Luna's got the old Swift blink now, which is a cool pickup, I guess.
I think
Bit of attack
just
speed.
potentially running out of items to buy that upgrade their previous
Yeah.
items. Although, in hindsight, I guess the MKB would have been nice, but...
Yeah.
Alright, 72
is,
minutes. We're getting there.
Let's take a look at the fantasy points. Drow leading that one.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of points.
11,000 points is not to be sniffed at.
Let's see if Luna can overtake by the end of the game in the old fantasy points. Okay.
Gaben sticking with his 72% now.
Yeah, he's real happy
and,
with
and
Sitout.
Ryan. I'm not sure if I can see much in it. Personally. I think I'd be hovering around the 50-50, but
It is, yeah, I mean, I would say it's this racked
minute for
advantage,
ages.
but it's not really, is it? Because they only have one extra barrack.
yeah.
So, there is that. They
And,
were looking for Roche then, but he...
Playing a bit safe down here. Should be aware that Roche is vitally important at this stage of the game. And it behooves you to pick up the Aegis.
Alrighty. Oh, just a little bit of time to catch your breath before we potentially have another round. Y.O.S.O top lane.
Looks like they're going to get forced away from Roche just before it spawns. Or is that the minimum time? I don't know how this works.
I actually can't see a Roche timer at all currently. I don't know if that is a a part of my disconnecting. Oh, there we go. Roshan will respawn in. I got a timer now.
Okay.
See, I think it was that was the previous one was the minimum time for it to respawn, and now it's going to be another 2 minutes and
2
it was 30 seconds at the time of it started.
Creeps in the base.
Yeah, OGs need to probably deal with that. Sharpish. Yeah, Storm will go
Small
back.
Spirit has done so. Oh, you got to be feeling the nerves now if you're on either of these teams. This is not the kind of game you want to lose.
And if OGs win it,
It means you've got to play another game after.
you have to play another. We're already at nearly 20 past 10 UK time.
Oh man.
And it is a Sunday, so...
Be a slow day at the office tomorrow, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Both teams pushing separate lanes. I guess having a look on the side of Sitout for that Roshan. And OG's pushing up this middle lane, which is the last lane they haven't really breached.
It'll probably be another minute.
TP back from the Sand King again. Although if he walks out...
It might be going for this slow siege again.
Yeah, might give it a go with the Luna. Links up, doesn't hit anything. Trying to find the Sand King, you presume. But doesn't find anything. And now they will TP a few back on the side of Sitout. Yeah, OG's just gathering on this high ground. And
a little bit damage on the tower.
They do scan out the Roshan. And they see that someone is there. But they don't know that Roshan isn't actually up. And that Drow has had to therefore run away. So they may be assuming that Drow or somebody was up there doing the Roshan.
But this is going to lead them... Oh, I guess it's still another 30 seconds.
By the time they get there, it might.
Yeah, they'll be in a bit of position once it's up.
Yeah, they get the vision down as well. So yeah, only 4 seconds remain. So might push this wave out and then have a wander in, as he has just respawned. And it looks like Flowzone is going to spidey sense this one and find it.
The death push cometh.
Oh yeah, middle lane. They are moving up. And it looks like they won't be able to Roshan at all. They'll send back Snapfire, just to de-push a little bit. But will they try and take this Roshan? Yes, looks like Luna is going for it. Do my best to keep you posted with what's happening.
As soon as that horn goes... Does the horn not go to tell them they're going for it?
If it does, I'm sure it must have already. But there goes the Roshan, and now they have Aegis onto Luna.
And look at them run away.
And what I would say is that in all this time we've been waiting, the buybacks are basically all there.
Yeah, they're all back.
The only one quite critically who doesn't have it is the Drow. So.
Yes. I feel like the Oracle will get there. It's only 300 gold away.
Drow needs to be a little careful then in these fights. Okay, now they smoke up, move down this.
Might get a shield rune as well on someone. They scout that one out, which they will. Gonna go on the.
Yeah, Luna.
Oh.
Just changed.
They messed it up.
Just changed.
Messed it up.
Storm gonna burn some mana and pick up the regen.
Just because you can, kind of regen rune, or
Yeah, I mean, try and keep it sustained until we fight, I suppose. Or until it runs out. Either one. Yeah, they're looking to move into bot lane again. Obviously, no racks in that particular lane.
yeah, get the lane pushed out, I think. And then you go again. If only they knew that Drow was 30 gold off her buyback.
Yeah, she'd probably kill one hero and get it.
Must be a bounty rune somewhere.
Yeah, we have full buybacks.
Full buybacks. And I hate to say it, I feel like we're back where we were about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I've got some kind of bug on my graphs where it says percentage 0000 for, like, I guess what is the hour mark. Don't know about you.
Yes.
I've got,
Yes, it
got a
says
nice
that
visual bug here.
on the hour mark. I wonder what that's about.
Game's still in beta.
It just doesn't. It cannot comprehend 60 minutes or more.
No. The call comes out for that's confidence from Sitout that you're not going to win this game. So 80 minutes.
Oh, that's from Sitout. They think they're going to lose.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. They think they're going to lose this game, and as a result,
It's not what Gaben says.
no, Gaben is as always favouring them.
Although it's coming down now.
They're thinking about this slow push again, but just a
It's
little
gotta
bit
be
nervous.
so careful.
Apparently, we are still nearly a minute away from the longest game that GTI has seen.
1 minute away.
Yeah, it's apparently 82 minutes.
I don't think this is wrapping up before then.
No.
Not at the pace these lads are pushing the high ground.
Yeah. So yeah, I just seen in the chat it's 83 minutes. Sorry, is the record.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like Lich 25 went for the unlimited bounces. That was a question. in the
Okay.
chat.
That could be interesting.
21-7 on the Drow, 18-4 on the Luna. Good lord. There have
It's
some
been the
kills.
battle of the carries. Snapfire's are picking up 12 kills.
Yeah, right, they're going for it. Luna's walking up, and now Larry is in
Slot
on the
on
back
it
lines.
deep.
But it's a lovely two-man stun from the Tiny, but Drought is
down.
dead for the first time, buys back instantly, and Tiny follows suit as well, will also buy back. Remember, Luna still has the Aegis and is outputting a load of damage, and once again, Vi gets a save onto the from the Oracle onto the Slardar. Luna's
down.
first life will go down, but will they be able to get the Luna out of there?
bouncing.
And now, yeah, the Lich bounces,
lovely
plus
blink.
Y.O.S.O on the backline is
Oh,
huge,
no.
and they swap the Luna back up. That's a huge swap from
Who's got
Lulu.
BKB?
Pops the
It's now or never.
BKB, but it now
Oh,
does
no.
not have enough damage, so all the buybacks expended on the cause of Sitout, but they do hold the base. They only lose the tier 3, and they get the Aegis and 4 kills, and only Peebo survives on the side of OGs. That was a huge swap back in on the Luna by
That was
Venge.
massive. I thought she was out. That changes everything. That
Now
one
they
swap.
have to expend buybacks, and this could be the final fight. As
Yeah,
both
these
teams,
towers don't have much health.
both teams with a lack of buybacks now, 3 expended each.
This could be the fight that
Luna,
wins it.
Luna buys back. It looks like it will be Megas as the zip in, but now the Storm gets caught.
Oh, he's caught.
And he's just shredded by the
Yes,
Drow
but
damage.
he
That
does
is
still have
huge.
dieback.
Flowzone dieback as well. The swap on the
That
Luna
bite
once
doesn't.
again. Oh, that's
Oh,
a
no.
dieback on the Luna. Oh, it's huge. And the Divine Rapier is down, and now the Storm is fighting for their lives. That's a lovely, lovely bit of overload damage, but the Storm die back as well, and now it's just Larry and Vi. I don't see what they can do from here. Drow Ranger is being targeted, but won't go down, and GG is called.
Oracle got swapped in as well.
Sitout take the series 2-0, and will move on in the upper bracket. What a game.
83 minutes and 26
83
seconds.
minutes, 26 seconds, and we can all go to bed without a game 3. Sitout
That's
have
the biggest
done
blessing about this. Oh, man.
Wowie.
What an excellent game. Gaben knew it.
Gaben knew all along. He favoured Sitout, and it went the distance. And there we are, 2-0 for Team Sitout. So they will progress to face, I believe it's Halo 3 soundtrack in the upper bracket. And dropping down, OGs will then be playing against Team Spherical in a best of 1 to fight for their lives in the tournament going forward.
Let me just read out a couple of things for you.
Okay.
Damage dealt.
Yeah. I'm looking.
Luna, 80,000 damage.
Oh, this
Drow, 97,000 damage. Damage received, Luna took 206,000 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Flippin' heck. That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, the damage. Oh my god. That was
Over 100k damage received on 5 heroes in that game. I guess technically 6 if you can count Luna twice. Man. I'm gonna give MVP to Lulu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game winning swaps.
2 game winning
Literally game winning swaps. 2 of them in a row. Well done to no one. Because oh no, there were 2 voters who voted for Sitout to win.
There's a very low amount of beans being exchanged here, I feel like. For
Total of 2 beans.
congratulations on your 2 beans. Not quite the wins from game 1 that we saw. Wow. I mean, I think there has to be some credit as well for the Drow, because early doors it was looking rough, and just buying
Brought
some
it back.
time and allowed to farm just a touch too much brought them back into the game. And yeah, so that is right. NPR, as you say in the chat, Spherical versus OGs for life in the tournament is a crazy lower bracket best of 1. That is a crazy lower bracket best of 1. Quest of 1? Best of 1. Well, I can't speak.
It's late.
It is late. Wowee. Well,
What? So did that make the longest game?
I don't know.
What was the longest
we'll
game?
have to find out from the chat. Any knowers in the chat? Anyone?
I think we missed it by literally like 20 seconds. Is this was it 1 hour 23 and 45 seconds was the longest
Oh
game.
right, and it's 1 hour 23:25.
Yeah. So
wow.
about the same length as the longest game. Man.
Wowee. Well, credit to
Just
both
held
teams.
on for a few more seconds.
Credit to both teams. That was an amazing game. So much appreciated from both of us for
Yes,
providing
absolutely.
that. Game 1 as well was a real nice game. Sitout really showed what they could do with that first game, but then yeah, OGs had a lot in game 2, but not quite enough. Just couldn't get it over the line, unfortunately, and will fall down to that lower bracket. So yeah, so in chat they're saying this is by 32 seconds the longest game apparently. So
Oh.
yeah, we'll take it. Do you have any closing thoughts, Mark, before I wrap it all up?
I've got no thoughts left, I don't think.
No
I am
thoughts, head empty.
exhausted after those games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go.
thanks for putting on a great show. There's that last game in particular. What a mighty fight. So even all the way through.
Yeah.
And came down to the end, and it's so tough, especially for OGs. Like when you're at that situation, the slightest thing can change everything. Like if there wasn't that swap, which was so close to being out of range at the end, it's a very different fight. So I feel like both teams played really well.
Yeah.
So,
And I think that's part of like when it gets to that late in the game, everybody has items, right? So it's just
yeah,
that swap is, has range. Like everybody's got everyone's slotted, so you've got to play so carefully to try and avoid that kind of
yeah,
outcome, and it's just very difficult. So yeah, very big credit to both sides. I'm really OGs versus Spherical is a huge lower bracket game, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I think Sitout versus Halo 3 as well in that upper bracket. So got two good games out of this one really good game as well. So
absolutely.
Ashwin, I don't know if we'll do interviews just because I think I'm right in saying that we need to go to bed. I think my
Yes,
co-caster
please.
here is past his bedtime, but we appreciate the suggestions. But yeah, unfortunately, I think we will have to go to bed. But much appreciated, and thank you for your insight as well from the chat.
Yeah.
And sorry for I believed in you in game 2. I went with you in game 2, but game 1. Game 1, I learnt my lesson. Okay, so we backed your lads. Cool. So I think that's everything. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in, and for Kieran for raiding me after the final. I guess the last game finished for the other series. This was an incredibly fun game to cast. Apologies for the occasional disconnects. I have no idea what was happening. You would think my internet crashed, but the stream was absolutely fine. So here you go. And congrats as well to Matey for getting, I think, like 1,000 beans in the first game for the
See,
one
that
to bet
many?
on Sitout. I don't know how much it was, but it was quite a lot. So congratulations to them as well. Yeah, thank you, Mark, for joining me.
No problem.
And yeah, until next time, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please follow if you enjoyed the cast. We will be casting more, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao, and peace.